friends. Hey. Here with the great Mark D with AC, folks. Let's see. Sorry to have started late, but had to handle some things. It was kind of a busy night, and I wanted to also give a little bit of help to my great buddy Paulie at the Great Latino Slant, who was hosting the great Drunk 3PO tonight. So I thought I'd help him out a little bit with that. And, this is just an open stream anyway. And I don't know if we'll have one tomorrow night for Clobby's Clubhouse. I know that I don't think Raquel can make it, and I know Mark's going to be out there on the road. Aren't you right?
Yep, so, unfortunately, won't be able to make it. Yeah, unless
that's okay. We'll move it back.
Call in from the. Well, yeah, it's probably better. We can skip a week. Yep, no one will. You're not going to dock my pay or Raquel's pay, right?
I might dock yours, but not hers.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I might at least cut yours in half. Yeah. But folks, yes, the great Paulie is, I guess, I don't know if I think he might still be, but he's probably getting close to the end of his interview with the great Drunk 3PO, and that is an absolute amazing to get to interview such a great guy. Drunk 3PO, now he doesn't know me. I know of him. He doesn't know me, but I have so much respect for that man. That man is an admiration for him, the things he does for people. He is just one extraordinary human being, and I know a lot of those who know of him, so many would say the same thing. And,
interesting guy too, to talk about where he travels and all the like you said, all the charity work he does. Yep, volunteers in the soup kitchen.
An amazing chap, and of course hanging out with a great buddy of mine, Paulie, tonight. So I think that's fantastic that he was over there hanging out with Paulie, and then I'm proud of Paulie, for having him on there, because I love.
Well, remember when he dropped into my stream when you were on with me? I didn't know. I think Steve mentioned that was through Paulie. Yeah, obviously,
Paulie made that happen.
Yeah, and I'm like, like, what do I say?
Might have been another friend of ours with influence, whose name I won't mention now. That's 3 letters in it, but no. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. But anyway, so kudos to Paulie, and of course the great Drunk 3PO for that. Who's with us here? It's Find Them Outsider, bro. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. Stuart Mitchell, what's up, buddy? Dolly had braces forever. D. Bud Martin, what's up, pal? Who else? Your Muslim uncle, my dear friend. It is great to see you. Thank you for popping in here. Steve Mitchell, brother. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Let's see here. I'm trying to go down my Liger fan. It's been a while. Good to see you there,
hey, Liger fan.
All right. Good to see you, Kimasabi.
Oh, guess who just popped in?
I don't know. I'm not. Eric K. What's up? The great Eric K. is here.
Hey, Eric.
Oh, and the lovely Six. Let's see. Six says, just got home from work and I need a shower. Don't say anything cool until. Okay, I won't. We're gonna be completely silent. Wait a minute. Wait.
Well, we'll just say boring stuff until then. Yeah.
Are you insinuating that we ever say anything cool? Yeah, that might be debatable, Six. But it's lovely to see you, Six. Not only will we not say anything cool, we'll just sit here and let's talk about something uncool. Nah, we're just too cool. I think we're just too cool for school, Six. I don't know if we can manage that, but we love you. Thank you. Well. We can say geeky stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Like Dolly had
braces. I keep asking everyone that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're winning that war. So I believe it.
Win the Dolly war. Yeah.
I knew we could count on Eric K. Six. Do not worry. I've been waiting for years for them to be cool. We've been waiting for a while. Monkey Jeebus, what's up, bud? I saw some of our friends here who were all over in Paulie's great stream over there.
Yep.
And so, hola, my friends. Oral Mango.
I like that Vince McMahon icon that Monkey's got, her avatar.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. Good to see you there, Monkey. But yes, just open geekness tonight. Had to move it back an hour and some change there. And little show notes, of course. Tomorrow, let's see here. Tomorrow, where are you? Oh, okay. For sure, the Global Geek Gang shall gather. I don't know what we will talk about, but we will gather. And hopefully we'll have a gang for that one. We always tend to seem to get one eventually. And, of course, Saturday Night Star Trek with the wonderful Raquel Briggs. I think I don't think there will be a Clobby's Clubhouse tomorrow because Raquel, she said she's kind of busy, right? She's doing something.
Yep. She's got stuff going
and you
on.
can't make it. So we'll just.
She's got Dream Girl has got to fight crime. So
yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. And again, I want to thank everyone who showed up to today's premiere of Clobby's Comics Corner video. I really do appreciate it. I had a lot of fun making that one, of course. And yeah, it's not much to it, but you know what's confounded me though, Mark, is there is this is week 4, but it's also there's a week 5.
Oh, so what do you do?
Too many weeks. So I think next week for week 5, since I'm already out of comics to do for that month of October 1971, maybe I'll just do I'll take my spinner rack TARDIS on a slight detour, and we'll pick up some Marvel Monster comics. We'll talk a little bit about
for Halloween.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do like a little Halloween type thing. Since everyone
Halloween special. Yep.
Yeah, because everyone's already said I'm a big party pooper when it comes to Halloween. So, anyway, but yes, thank you everyone. We had, as you can see, some cool comics on the spinner rack time machine.
God, to be able to go back to a newsstand back then. It's like,
oh man,
sir, why are you buying every comic on the rack? And wait, why are you buying the actual rack? Because they're going to be $1,000 in the future.
Yeah.
The rack, now everyone's buying I could have maybe gotten some of those racks, like an antique store or something, back in the day for $50. It's like, who's going to want that? Now everyone wants one to put up in their office and keep some comics in it. So I know Gary's got one in his background, and a bunch of YouTubers have them, but
yes, he does. Gary has a spinner.
A spinner, yeah.
I used to have one. I had one back in the I think it was the early '80s. Finally got one for my birthday one year, a spinner rack. And
nice.
Yeah, I love the I love the Ditko Creeper as well there, D. But let's see. Eric says, just sent you something on a colorist who just quit Superman. Yeah, and I think and Ethan Van Sciver had that guy. Yes, I saw that.
Yep.
I saw about that because he's sick of what DC is doing to all their characters, really. But yes, I did see that, Eric. Thank you very much for that, by the way.
No, we could maybe show that later if you want.
Yes, help me remember. We'll talk about that now. What he's, this past. Let's see. Yeah. Well, the spinner rack, now those are expensive now.
Yeah. I'd be surprised. I wonder if someone would start making them new. I'm assuming they don't make them, but there's enough demand. I wonder if someone will start making them again, or
yeah, I think someone does make them and sell them.
Yeah, but I've seen them like for $500. I could be wrong, but I thought they were like $250 to $500.
Yeah, they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap.
Not cheap,
especially if you want to get one
authentic
like this.
Yeah,
at least looks like this. Yeah. And again, they weren't really good for comics. They tear the comics up, but you could always bag and board them and put them on there,
Yeah. Well, plus we love comics too. We joke about how much they're worth. Like if you went back in time and hey, someday they're going to slab these comics and grade them a 9.8. And you'll never be able to touch them again, and they'll be worth a ton of money. Look at you like, what are you, nuts?
Yep.
But it's just the love of the story. I mean, it's the love of the stories. That's a great time machine to go back and see, what came out each week.
Well, speaking of Clobby's Comics Corner Spinner Rack Time Machine, I think we're going to use our time machine a little bit here because the other day, of course, would have been the birthday of the great Jerry Siegel, and we talked about that the other night. On your show and then mine, the night later, which was great. But today's also would have been the birthday of another comic book legend, and I think we should celebrate him and his visual. And that is, of course, in my opinion, one of the greatest comic book cover artists of all time, the amazing Nick Cardy. Good God. Again, pretty soon I'm going to do my top all-time greatest comic book covers lists. Cover artists. We've done the covers
so
list.
You do artists, right? Yep.
Yeah, the best cover artists. And hey there, Matthew Pounder. I mean, Nick, there's nothing like a Nick Cardy cover. He was one of the greatest at DC. I always thought Cardy was sort of like DC's John Romita because he was almost strictly always at DC. And he was just phenomenal. I always loved this cover. Can you see that okay?
You've betrayed Krypton, the world of your birth. Yep.
And
look, a son, huh? Yep.
Nick Cardy was a genius. I mean, he was just incredible. And I got to meet him at a con for like a very short time. Once he did some cons before he passed much later. I have, of course, the book, The Art of Nick Cardy. And again, I put him, he's at least in the top 5 all-time greatest cover artists. And that means he is up there with the Kirbys, the Gil Kanes, the Neil Adams. And I'm talking about just strictly covers now.
Yep.
Obviously he was a great interior artist, but he didn't do as much interior as he did covers. And if you bought Silver and Bronze Age comic DC, you have seen a Nick Cardy cover or 2 or 5.
Yep. That's a cool cover. Yep.
Let's see here. Some of my favorites. I should have got a bunch of them together and put them in a file or something. I didn't really think of it because it was just today. But I always loved this cover. Good Lord. I mean, again, just the design.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Black Manta. Yep.
He did a lot of Aquaman.
Well, because we're showing some covers on my channel. It was the other night we were showing covers, and we're trying to find a good, or was maybe I can't remember, but we're trying to find a good cover from new comics, and there weren't any to be had, right? I mean, we're looking at all the Batman covers, and they're just. I mean, look at that cover. Look how amazing that is, telling a story.
Yes, we talk about that a lot. Covers tell you a story. They hook you. They do all kinds of things too. They grab you as a comic book reader, and you have to have a great comic. I mean, a great cover artist.
Yeah, even with that huge Action Comics logo taking up, 2/3 of or a third of the page, still get it done. It's you're well, that's exciting. I got to read about how Superman's going to save all these people. Boom, sold. I'll buy it.
Yeah, I love him. I mean, again, it's tough for me to pick a favorite cover artist. I don't know if any of you have a favorite cover artist, but like I said, he's right up there with the Kirbys, the Kanes, the Adams. And again, there are other artists who did nice covers. Don't get me wrong. This is a guy that did, Brian Boland's another one. This is a guy that did it so long and so many of them. I mean, his cover out.
Like I said, I love Michael Golden, but he didn't do that many, that many books. So, I mean, or that many covers too, for that matter. So, but yeah, someone who's prolific like that, and then the style. Like even if you don't know, some people can't name artists or know the cover, but you kind of recognize the art after a while. You're like, that's oh, that I know that guy. You might not know his name, or back in the day too. How much credit did they get, right? I mean, originally comic books didn't even list, some of the credits. Like one of my buddies, his dad was Tony DiPreta, who was an artist, and thanks to that comic book software that I had when his dad was getting older, unfortunately since passed away, but I was able to find a list of 100 comics, and I tracked them down on eBay and different places, and he bought a ton of the comics, and he signed them all, gave them his grandkids and things, because Rich was like, they just gave away the comics, or some of them he knew, like, oh, my dad worked on Namor number, I'm just throwing it a number, like Namor number 58 or whatever, whatever the number is, but there were a lot of times there wasn't credit given on the really old stuff too. So, but it's now we revere the artists, thankfully get, a lot of credit, and people look up to the artist, the writer, the inker, heck, even the guy doing the word balloons today. I think, of course now the computer graphics are taking over, but those people, it's a whole collaborative effort to put a comic book together. It's not easy. So, I'm glad that they get the credit today.
Yeah. It's just amazing. Well, it's funny you mentioned Kubert, Matthew Pounder. At least that adds a fourth K, because you're in trouble. When Kirby, Kane, it's a good thing Cardy's name starts with a C, is all I got to say. But Kubert, you got a K there. Kubert, so oops, you get in trouble. But yes, it's just phenomenal. I mean, just unbelievable work, really. So I love this guy, and he did a lot of great stuff, and he did a lot of interior stuff as well. But one thing's different about Cardy from those guys. I mean, when you think, well, yes, Steranko, Monkey Jeebus, who did a lot of great covers. When you think Steranko, you don't automatically think covers. You just know he did some great covers. When you think Kirby, you don't automatically take covers and then the rest. Or even with Kane, or even with Hubert, even though they did a lot of great covers. When I think Carty, I've liked a lot of his interiors, don't get me wrong, but when I think Carty, the first thing comes to mind is covers. It's just, again, unlike the other guys, he didn't do it's almost like he did more covers than he did interiors. I don't think it's not impossible for that to be true, but it just seems like he was more known for it.
So they needed guys to do just covers too, probably, right? When people get behind, or you couldn't count on the artist to always do the cover for a book, right? I mean,
well, yeah, that's also that's the case. Plus, some guys just had it and some didn't.
Yeah, some guys were just had that knack for, because it's not easy too. You got to come up with, you got to be real creative and come up with something that grabs you. And there's so many comics too. You gotta sell, so you got to have something that attracts attention. Otherwise, your book's not gonna move off that spinner rack. So yeah,
covers are easier for the artist. Nevertheless, they're very important. And even though they're easier, some guys really couldn't do very good covers. Some covers were just kind of bland and blah. So are they easier? I mean, obviously they're less work than a full comic book for sure, Monkey Jeebus. But on the other hand, some guys were better at covers than others, though. So it is something of an art to it in the terms of some guys were able to. I mean, if you look at the design of some of these covers, there are a lot of artists that couldn't do this stuff.
Well, I think the easier. I think it's easier to draw that one page, but
it's the one
tougher
page,
to come up.
Yeah.
Tougher to come up with that one idea, because depending on the artist, I guess you're telling the story. So if you've got it from the writer, and depending on whether they use that Marvel method or however they hashed it out, like saying this is a Western comic, cowboy walks into a bar, cowboy sees a guy playing poker, then the artist is drawing that poker game or whatever. But if you've got to summarize that whole issue, you got to be able to come up with an idea that A is going to grab someone, and then kind of summarize the comic, or sometimes it's a BS cover too that we know doesn't happen, but you grab it. You grab it because the cover looked cool and you want to buy it. You're like, well, wait a minute, how come this isn't in the issue?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, sometimes it's nothing to do with anything. It just doesn't look, it's not in there at all.
Yeah. And Monkey is saying too, sequential work and storyboards are pain. Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah,
I have no idea. I'm not an artist, so I can only imagine. But I think, just in my mind, I think, well, they're all tough. But I think if you've got that kind of guidance that's just my guess. I don't know if the Steve Mitchum still is in the chat, but that's my guess. Is it might be a little bit easier to come up with those panels once you've got the story. But to come up with a cover, how do you decide what you're going to use? That's and like you said, some guys probably had it and some guys didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, I love how you can see the different, like that Aquaman one in the middle. You can see how the style's changed, but it looks older too. You just you can see the slight change in style and just the way the ink and the printing. And
I should have downloaded them. No, wish we could have made the covers bigger. But you see stuff like that, like this cover for this Aquaman there. Look at the colors.
Yeah, I mean, that pops. Yeah.
It absolutely. For those that are not an artist, of course, Monkey Jeebus, yes, sequential art and storyboards are harder. But not everyone can make an exciting cover either. Some people who are better at the cartooning aspect of it are not as good at covers as others. It's Courtney, Fellowship of Oddballs. Hello there, Courtney. So,
hello, Courtney.
I really do believe there's some people that are just way better at the covers. I mean, Brian Bolin almost made his entire career on covers. Brian Bolin, he did very little interiors after he left 2080 doing some Judge Dredd stuff. He was so slow. He left that to go to DC. He did Camelot 3000. He was so slow. It took a 12-issue Maxi series, took about 5 years to come out. It felt like
my God.
But then he did Batman the Killing Joke. That took a long time to finally come out. But after that, let's see, he did covers. He almost never did any interiors again, very once in a while. But he did tons and tons and tons of covers. Every cover, he had this deal with DC apparently. did all the covers for Animal Man. He did for a while there. I think did all the covers for Wonder Woman and a couple of the series. He made a living on covers because when it come to drawing, even just like a short 8-9 page story, like when he was doing Dread or whatever, he couldn't keep, he couldn't get anything done fast.
Artist / writer's block, maybe, yeah.
No, he was just an art, yeah, and he just, I don't know, he just.
And then
slow.
the covers, maybe somehow the covers click for me. He's an amazing artist. I mean, this work is fantastic. Yeah.
Well, it's yeah, I mean, but his covers obviously were such a cut above. It was worth it to them to hire him to do all the covers for certain series, and I think he did every cover from Animal Man in the 80s and 90s for I don't know forever, and he did, and they were great. I mean, he's just a great cover artist. He did very few interiors.
Yeah.
And yes, the Monkey Jesus says his work is too detailed. That's true. Excuse me.
Well,
and he couldn't keep schedules.
Yeah, let me see if I can use my comic book software to grab Cardi covers. Sometimes you can search, and I'll see. Well, as we talk, I'll see if I can do it. But
okay. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, he did. And the thing about Cardi, look at if you'll forgive the word, the diversity of what he does. One could be that beautifully covered Aquaman cover that you see, colored aqua. Then you got this crazy Flash cover.
Yeah.
And they're very different. He was not a one-trick pony by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I love this Action Comics cover right here. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah,
his use of colors. I mean, he's just phenomenal. Batlash cover.
No, it grabs your eye, grabs your attention. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're not used to seeing Superman like that either, where he looks either depressed or forlorn or,
Especially not back then. But yeah. He did. Again, his Aquaman covers, dude, were insane.
And Aquaman's got some great covers too. I mean, it's just.
Yes.
You'd think even though he's like, with that costume with the green and orange, how does that work? And then they make it work, right?
Yep.
Even the new Aquaman movie, they made the orange a little bit muted, but it's still, at least they had that a little bit.
Aaron Baker, good to see you. Stuart says, Clobby, didn't Brian Boland do the art for the Judge Dredd comic I asked you about? Yes, he did. He did. Now, see, there was a thing. He was working for 2000 AD doing the Dredd comics. Hello there, Captain James T. Skywalker. Good to see you, my friend. He was working for those, but even then he couldn't keep pace. So Boland would do a few issues. Again, and in 2008 they were like 8-page stories at a time. It was a weekly mag, in UK, and he couldn't keep the schedule up. So even in some of the longer Dredd sagas, you'll have like a couple of installments by Boland, and then you have other ones by Ron Smith and Carlos Escalera or whatever, because and then but the covers of the Titans albums, they would have Brian Boland covers. And so yes, Boland, and he did a lot of Judge Dredd, most of it covers. He did do interiors for Judge Dredd for a while until he came over to the States. And then he's just again the majority of his work is covers. There's also another great artist by the name of Dave Dorman, and he never did any interiors, almost never anyway, but he did a hell of a lot of covers for Dark Horse Star Wars, and it was mostly that, but other stuff too, but especially Dark Horse Star Wars. Alex Ross, who has done interiors, has made a career with mostly covers, but he's done some interiors.
Yep.
So, again, Cardi, it's just he can do it all. Look at it. It's a romance reprint comic right there by Nick Cardi. Look how, that's beautiful. I don't even want to buy a romance comic.
Well, now you do, right?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe.
It probably would make my list on the time machine.
I just went through not my collection, but the software, and Nick Cardi did 508 comic book covers. Now that that could
Holy
be
shit.
that could be wrong, or that could be off, but I can.
No, I think it's true. I believe it.
I can share my screen, and let's see if we go by date here. Let's see if I go by cover date. So
all right,
this was just by name. Let's see.
That's a lot of covers.
So that's a lot of covers. So here, let me do the share here. And this program usually gives you a pretty big version of the cover. Let's see. And some of these don't have dates, so I just did a sort by. Some of them are missing the dates, but if you see,
Wally Wood, I love Wally Wood, and our good buddy Mark C loved Wally Wood.
Yep. So here, let me just sneak this over so we can see what cover artists here.
Yeah, I agree with Debo. That's a believable number. Cardi was again. He's one of those guys that that's one of the few pieces of Marvel work he ever did right there, by the way. He was almost exclusively DC. You'll find a few Marvel covers.
Yeah.
He was just like John Romita. You won't find any DC of him just about at all. Oh man. And that's a foreign
yeah, what that could, let me see. You can right click on this and say download cover. Let's see if it gets a better.
Wow, I've never seen that cover.
Version.
I want that cover.
So it's downloaded. My internet's kind of messed up this week. We're down to only 30 megabits per second. So it's cable said they'd be out to fix it sometime next this week.
These are foreign editions right here.
I guess, yeah, that's great.
What interior artist Cardi best known for? I don't know. Probably as Teen Titans. As I think Matthew Pounder mentioned that. Probably as Teen Titans. If I had to hazard a guess at that off the top of my head. But yeah, these are Cardi covers that were reused for other countries. Wow, dude, it's cool seeing these. He was a nice man.
This software is great. This comic book software.
Yeah. All these are foreign comments, or is just
this was just actually.
No, that's not.
These are. I went by sort by date, so we get as early as covers. But some of these don't have. Some of these are missing dates. If we look.
No, go back to that other one.
This one or
Girls, yeah. That's a guy that mostly did superhero stuff.
Yeah. Pretty talented.
Oh yeah, and then look at that's amazing. That's beautiful right there. Not just because she's a redhead. And the one after that you did.
Redhead, yep.
The one you found after that, the Justice League.
Yeah.
That's from one of the little small paperbacks that print.
Oh yeah,
comics.
Look, Tempo Books. Yeah.
That's what that is, of course. But that cover's reused from a regular issue of Justice League. So he didn't do that cover. He didn't do that for that trade. That
for the book, but they just put it there, right?
Yeah.
There's a Marvel premiere. Wow.
And he rarely did Marvel stuff, so.
Aquaman.
Yeah, this
kind of photo. Yeah, the colors in that.
They took his art for that and recolored it for that comic. Look at that again. You can go all over the place with genres.
Yeah, that's for Halloween. Yep.
Rip Hunter. That's a lot of covers. When you say 500, you might. Oh,
yeah. So we'd be here all night. But we'll get to the early ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of willy nilly. Anyway, showing different like reprint books and stuff using his art, but that's fine. It's still Cardi's art.
Yeah.
It's still Cardi art.
Well, I guess these don't have date. Like I said, these don't have dates on them. So
right.
the software you use is people to go in there. Like Phantom, if he was in this program, he'd be putting the dates for everyone. Yep. That one's kind of a bad version.
That cover.
Yeah, these are all the reprints probably.
Yep.
Then we're
he rarely did Legion stuff, but he did Superboy covers and stuff. This is from Legion 194 or something like that. That cover, I think it was from the first when the Legion started sharing the Superboy title. It was Superboy starring the Legion of Superheroes. Later it became Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. I think it was 194. Sometimes with me and numbers. Look at that. Strange Adventures. Adam Strange.
Yeah.
197. Thanks, Phantom Outsider. I don't know why. Again, this is from World's
Super
Finest with the Super Sons. I have this trade. You ever have this trade? It's pretty. You found it.
I have this. I actually have that. Well, I have this book. I bought this book.
Archives.
Archive. Yeah. So I guess they're just grabbing. Obviously putting his art on that cover, but yeah, I love these archive editions. Yeah, the older ones were nicer too.
Wow.
I think. Yeah.
And there's a
And
Ford
German Wonder Girl.
a German Wonder Girl. I say Wonder Woman cover, but she's Wonder Girl. Wow, they call her Wonder Girl over there.
I don't speak German, so sprechen Sie Deutsch? Yep.
That's
Fight
crazy.
comics, so 10 cents. That's got to be one of his earlier. I'm guessing
He
one of his
was
earlier works.
well.
I
Cardi
don't
was
know.
around a long time.
Yeah.
I could never.
Jumbo
confirm.
Comics. What year did it have a date yet?
Now,
Okay, 1941.
Now some of these he may
So
not
40
have,
and
he may have just
41.
had-
Yeah.
well, some of these he may only have interior work inside, and they're putting them there as the cover. But yeah,
Yeah, they're listing him as the cover. The program can, like I said, it can be wrong. It's people are able to go in and change things, which is the good thing about it. But it could have mistakes in it. But generally, I found it's pretty damn good. So this is probably some of his earliest works. And back then, it wasn't all superhero comics. It was a lot of romance and crime and western. And yeah, here you go. Mob comics, crime.
yep, we were big. See, some of these aren't. He probably did interiors on that aren't. That's not necessarily the covers, but
Well, yeah. See the list. If you look to the right, everyone see it lists interior artists too. So Kurt Swan was on this
right.
issue here, and so the list, who was worked on the inside
And the cover
too, which is
artist,
great.
right?
Yeah. So like that's a horrible scam.
Sometimes
but,
I
yeah.
look at one and go, I wonder if that really was Cardi. But still, this is damn cool. It doesn't put any kind of particular order, or it just kind of pulls out.
I'm just by date right now. I just went by date.
Okay.
So I figured it'd be fun to go early, old to young. Yep,
If you went
or
by
new.
DC, 90-some odd percent of it would be DC. So
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see
can you
more.
go by
yeah,
title?
I can go by title. Yep. So if I click by
about
title, yep, I'll click
Superboy?
by title. Yep. So now see, this is Action Comics. So let's go to Batman, Brave and the Bold, Flash, Ghosts, Girls Romance. Wait, just
Oh,
kidding.
Jesus.
Let's
About Justice League.
yeah,
Whoa,
baby.
that's
Hey, wait,
Cardi.
is that
That's pure Cardi right there.
is that a spoof of James Bond?
It's like one of those DC romance comics from the 60s.
Yeah.
What about
Here we go, Superboy. Here we go, Superboy. Okay. It kind of flips on me. That's a Super Adventure album. What the heck? Oh my god!
Planet Comics? What in the hell? Super Adventure.
I'm just here, so I'm just showing them quick. Yeah.
Well, they did use Cardi art for these covers. Hello there, Lee Anthony Davis. Good to see you.
So let's see what the date on this.
Here we go.
This one is 1972. Yeah. It's his first. I guess, but like you said, that changed the name. Legion to.
There's the Super Sons. Not really.
Sort of. Yep.
No, that's yeah. I mean they.
Martha. Sorry. Superboy. Lord of the Jungle.
So this will have his Superboy issues from where I started. I have this one. See, I have a pretty good collection of Superboy issues. Obviously, don't have all. I wish, but I got this one. At the risk of sounding like you know who.
Yep.
But I'll tell. I could probably, as bad as my memory is, I could probably remember which Superboy issues I have. I'm pretty sure I have this one. Now I'll go with the doubt. Pretty sure. See already.
Balloon Trick, right?
Yeah.
Clark Kent's super father. Yep.
I have this one. I think it's all reprints. Does it take a while to change them, or does it? Oh,
there you go. Yep.
I wish I
there's
had
a
that.
delay here, so there's a delay. So
no, I got you. Got it.
These are great.
Got it. Yeah.
That's a great cover.
Got it. Don't got it.
Wow, that's a scary cover. When the heck was that?
Yeah. Oh no, John, that is pretty
72.
freaky. That's a freaky cover right there from back then, dude.
Yeah.
Well, they have a lot of freaky stuff.
How did they get that? Past the Comic Code Authority, right? I mean,
because they were always looking for certain things, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, got it. Yay me! I got it. Big deal.
You still got it,
Mr. Grant Gregory? Yes, sir. Got it.
Oh wait, let's see. When's that? 72. Yep. Oh, yep.
It's the first series. Don't
Super
Gotcha.
Boys.
I don't think I have this one. Damn it.
Why is Super Baby freeing that killer bear?
We're getting close to when it turned into the Legion. God's it. God's it there. I think Aben got this one.
Super Merman of the Sea.
Phantom Outsider apparently.
I hate it when that happens.
Gotts. I always thought Infantino did this one for some reason, at least the face.
Is that with Matt Murdock?
Shit. The kid's face looks like Infantino drew him. Mr. Gregory. Always good to see you, buddy. I don't think I have this one.
Super Baby's Big Race.
Baby. Yeah. Super Baby was in there a lot. And now we get, I definitely have this one. This is where it started. The Legion started to take over this comic. Superboy starring the Legion. Pretty soon it will be Superboy and the Legion.
Only $40. It could be yours, yep.
I have made a pretty good copy of that. More Cardi, $198.
That's a cool one, yeah.
Yeah, I have all the ones from Superboy and the Legion on up. It did, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Captain. It looked like a little Infantino there. This, of course, was a Bouncing Boy wedding issue thing. But I always thought for 200, they should have done a different cover for that one. It's issue 200, and you don't put the whole Legion on there.
Yeah, the whole Legion should be on there. We'll give that one a thumbs down.
Yeah, but it's still a nice Cardi cover, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wildfire. And they call him Wildfire. I love Wildfire. Although that's, Earth One. Yep. A lot of reprints in this one, but it does have a new story, if I remember correct. Oh, it was weird? This was around that time because, they were still going back to Smallville and stuff. This is when the Kents got younger.
They made the Kents younger, yeah?
Yeah, for a while there, the Kents were like pretty young parents.
Kind of like the new Aunt May. I get mad that Aunt May is so cute. Yeah. Marissa Tomei. I'm like, Aunt May's not supposed to be cute. God bless Aunt May, but it's like
Validus. I love Validus. Captain Deckard Spock, what's up, buddy?
Hell, Captain Spock.
Hey, yeah, I don't know where Crypto and Comet are, Eric K, but if we find them, and they call him wow.
God, Superboy looks young there. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, this was when it was around this time with meet the artist Iron Mike Grell. I wanted to get him to sign this damn issue when I saw him, but I didn't bring it with me like a dumbass. I did get him to sign other things though.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah. So he's the artist on the interior.
This is right. Yep. Yeah. This is when Grell took over. Right around when he took over Legion.
God, love Grell. Yeah.
Yeah. I love him. Pharaoh Lad, Invisible Kid, but you're both dead, and at least you both stayed dead. The real ones did anyway. And now we're this is again. He's after this. Super. The Legion they started getting Grell doing the covers after this. But good old Cardi, there he is. Look, somebody wrote in ink on this.
Yeah, that's what someone will scan the cover and send it in.
13 or a B.
Yeah, it's a 13. Yeah. Of course, I would have gone into Photoshop and fixed that. That's a great cover.
Oh, yeah, I love this cover. I love it.
Great.
And you got a little Adams,
the logo, the
Adams
classic
Superman
logo
figure at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
That's a good cover too.
Yes. Nick Cardy could do an exciting cover.
The Attack of the Army of Tomorrow.
Hey, Captain. Hello there, Sherry. Good to see you there, love. Always a pleasure. And there's Six. Six is back. I hope you had a wonderful shower, my dear. Captain Deckard, is it true you streamed for like 20 hours yesterday or whatever?
How many 20 hours?
I don't think. Well, it was a lot. How many hours did you end up streaming yesterday, dude? I'm teasing about the 20, but it was a lot. I'm kidding. Yep, great cover here. How many hours was it, dude? Always love this one. I have this one.
I thought I was nuts for doing 4 hours though after Comic-Con.
Yeah, we did I think was it like 11, 12? What'd you do, man? A great cover right here. He's just so imaginative with his covers. I mean, that's why you got Cardi to do your damn covers.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would never be able to think of an idea like that. I mean, It's that creative idea where you.
Yes, Captain Deckard, Mike Grell on John Sable. Loved it. I loved John Sable and Warlord and other stuff, but John Sable is one of my, and of course, Green Arrow Longbow Hunters. Could you go back one?
This one, the magic one, or the.
That's cool. Then you go forward. I just want to see which one that was. I was looking at the
Yeah.
chat. No, you can go forward again.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Big
This
cheese.
one here. Yeah, but not really. This is Captain Thunder. This was before DC was able to get the rights to bring the Shazam Captain Marvel forward.
Cheat.
So, and originally, the original name of Captain Marvel, and before he became Captain Marvel, in the Golden Age was going to be Captain Thunder. So they did this as a way to have a character just like, that meet Superman. Then it was a few years later where they were able to get Shazam Captain Marvel back. But that's Captain Thunder right there.
Yeah, I wish I could call him Captain Marvel in the.
It's Terra Man.
Yeah.
I wish Purple was here. I love Purple. We Purple and I did a show about villains a few months ago, and I was telling her about really goofy supervillains, and Terra Man is Superman villain. Terra Man's one of the goofiest villains ever.
6 guns to none. Look at the cape he's got. Yep. The whale with Lois Lane's face. Yeah.
By the way, still no word on how many hours that stream was. It was a great one, Batgirl. I got to know, Deckard. I got to know how long did you stream, dude? I was going to wrap up in 5 hours. Oh, there it is. I was going to wrap up in 5 hours, but someone brought up the Deckard question, and we thought, what the? You know what happened? So, how long did that thing go, man? You can tell me. You can trust me. I won't spread the word. Nice one. I fell asleep. Sherry said I fell asleep last 20 minutes. Sherry, that must have been some stream then.
I look at Zardoz.
There's Zardoz, yeah.
It's Zardoz.
For those who don't know, this character Vartox here, that looks like Sean Connery's Zardoz, does not look that way by accident. I like Vartox though.
Yeah, well, hey, if anyone could pull off that costume, it's Sean Connery, right? So
yeah. He actually became friends with Superman. He had the same powers, just a dumb costume. Almost 12 hours. My goodness.
Wow.
Superman's gone mad. Instead of arresting me, he's killing me. That's right, bitch. You gonna hit the pavement, boy. Splat on you.
Ouch.
Superman is... this is pretty funny. I always love this stupid cover right
Chris Delbert, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
wow, The Wolf of Wall Street. Whoa.
Yeah.
Copyright claim.
Is really Superman. Oh my God, these covers. Oh shite.
That's got to be the 70s. Yep, 75.
Yep. Superboy battles Superman and kicks his frippin' ass.
I love these, covers with panels, and they have all the plus these other stories. Yeah. Superman owes $1 billion.
Yeah.
Of course, well, since he can make diamonds with his hands, it shouldn't be too tough to pay off. Yep. That's Poison Ivy here. Spanish comic.
Oh, there you go. And that's from an old Superboy cover. It's got Superman, but it's from a Superboy cover.
Yeah, I mean this program has pretty much tries to catalog every comic book ever made. So
yeah,
they're gonna grab foreign. Sometimes people put them in as a foreign issue.
How about Aquaman covers? Those are some of his best.
Let's go.
11 hours, 54 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Oh, you slacker.
Maximum, yeah.
You couldn't get over 12 hours?
Maximum StreamYard limit. Oh, so that's the limit. I said,
that's
wow,
the limit?
The after party went on for an hour, and then we went to Jedi Bill's channel. Jesus, dude, did you ever sleep? Deckard, Captain Deckard Spot.
God bless you.
You, sir, Captain Deckard, are now my new hero.
That's impressive.
What a stream god you are, sir. Oh, my goodness.
I didn't know StreamYards had a limit.
I thought it was a lot. Yeah, I thought that was a way shorter, less of a limit than that one. So that's what I know. Yeah. And Superman could just fly out of the asteroid belt and grab one of those big ones. And yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's exactly true, right? Yeah. Great guppies.
Aaron Baker says, These covers that you're showing on the screen are fantastic. And they take me back to my childhood. Yes, what we're doing, for those who don't know, the great artist Nick Cardy's birthday would have been today. Of course, he passed a good number of years ago, but he's one of the great comic book artists of all time, in my opinion, and one of the most amazing cover artists ever. So we're just celebrating him a little bit by showing some of his work, because I love Nick Cardy. Who doesn't love a Nick Cardy cover? And these Aquaman covers, where you see these go along, his Aquaman covers are unbelievable, beautiful, some of these. So here we go.
1963, yeah.
He did so many Aquaman covers. I don't know if that's the most covers he did, but he did a lot. Well, I wouldn't say it. I don't know. But,
yeah, you could with the program you can check. Yep, which is cool. Yep.
But he sure did a lot, if I'm remembering right.
Duel of the Sea Queens. Yep. Stay away from Amber Heard.
Once you start getting into the mid to late 60s of his covers for Aquaman, oh my goodness, they get really crazy. See, these are fairly straightforward.
Well, that's creepy.
Oh, by the way, Deckard says, yes. So the Deckard question, the deciding vote goes to Clobby. It's beyond my control. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mr. Captain Deckard Spock, because you are a streamer of godlike proportions now that you have streamed to the limit of StreamYard, sir. I will watch it. But that's a tough responsibility, though, man. I don't know if I'm capable of living up to the responsibility, my friend, of making that decision, but I'll do it. I will do it for you. I will watch it. And how about, let's see here. How about we set up a time? It can be either channel. You're more than welcome to come over here. And by the way, the Global Geek Gang gathers tomorrow. Deckard, I don't know what kind of schedule you have, but I'm going to send you, when we go on at 1 p.m. Central Time here, I'm going to send you an open invite. If you can't make it, fine. We hear you, but I'm going to send you an invite to join us on the Global Geek Gang, my friend, because we would be honored.
And it is global, so it's perfect.
And it is
it's
global.
Across the pond, yep.
Yeah, it's 1 p.m. our time. So, and then we'll set up a time, and I will watch Blade Runner again. I don't know if all the cuts, but at least a couple of them, and I will decide for the world what Deckard is.
I think I don't want to get into trouble here, but not that my vote counts, but I think he was human. I don't want to start anything. I don't want to stream for the next 12 hours, so I got to go to work tomorrow.
I don't know now. We may have to try to. Why don't we try to beat Deckard's record today?
Yeah. I'll call in sick, yeah. But wait, you're streaming live on YouTube, aren't you, in work? Like the missus is in HR, and she, some people got fired in the company a couple times, like. People call in sick, and then this was years ago. I think people are generally smarter now, but they posted on Facebook or Instagram like called in sick. I'm at going to the beach today. It's like if you're gonna call in sick, maybe don't post about it.
Yeah, probably shouldn't post about it. And right here, this is one of my favorite Cardy covers. This is when he started getting really wacky with his covers. I love it.
What villain is that? That's not Black. No, who is that? That's I can't tell.
Looks like is it Ocean Master or the Fisherman? The Liquidator.
I'm spinning my head upside down.
He's the Liquidator.
Oh yeah, see, this is when they really.
Doug Oberg, brother, good to see you. Starting with number 37, those Aquaman covers are sweet. Yes, for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm honored, and it's always good to see you here, buddy.
Thank you, D. Oberg. Yep.
So it's already a yes. Thank you, Clobby. Human vote. Every vote counts. Absolutely. But yes, I'll just, I go on 1 p.m. Central Time. I don't know if you're familiar with what time that is, and I'm not sure what time it is for you, Deckard, but I'm going to just send that link to you on the Twits. And if you can make it, great, but no pressure. If you can't make it, we got you, man. We understand, but we would love to have you.
So that count, you were showing that before, 12/1/68, just before I was born.
Now, before you continue, Sherry says, I would say Deckard is indeed a replicant just to keep the stream going for hours. Now, Sherry, when you say Deckard, do you mean like our own good buddy Captain Deckard Cockney Spock, or are you referring to the one in the movie? I just want to be sure. Is Captain Deckard Spock himself? He might be a replicant. I don't know. That might be the new question.
You never know. Now that Dolly's braces got erased in this multiverse, maybe some of us have been replaced by replicants. You never know.
He streamed for almost 12 hours. That might make him a replicant.
I got to ask, Captain, did Streamlord come up with like a flashing link, like you're approaching the limit of a stream, you must sign off now, or does it just kick you off at the end? What happens?
Yeah, let us know what I got to know. Let us know what's happening. Yeah, this is a great cover right here.
That's great. Yeah,
I mean, just this is when he was really getting crazy with the covers, like I said. Just fantastic.
he really kicked it up a notch.
Yep, see the backgrounds are just something. Yeah, I love this. Love the Aquaman
This has
cover.
such a 60s vibe to it too. It's just
yes. Yep.
So that one was Let's see, what was the one?
I die at 2 minutes.
Let's see. Oh, there wasn't one for my birthday. Okay, just checking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just checking the dates to see what if there was a June '68 to see the month I was born. Yeah, we showed that one before, but that's a great one. Yeah.
Wanted by the underworld. The movie says Sherry. Okay, just want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seahorse.
Wow, that's a big seahorsey. Okay. Yes. No. Help me. I'm at the loop. Okay. Out of the loop on Dolly braces. Last week, it was brought to our attention by our good friend Stuart Mitchell Decker that the film Moonraker, starring Roger Moore, 1979. If you're familiar with it, there's a scene where the character of Jaws, played by Richard Kiel, is after a fight with Bond. He gets buried in some rubble, and Bond leaves him for dead, I guess. And anyway, this lovely young lady shows up to free him and to help him out a little bit. Then he sees her. She's a very tiny young lady, especially everyone's tiny compared to Richard Kiel. And they smile at each other. And in the scene in 1979, every one of us remembers how Jaws, with the steel teeth, smiles at the young lady, and she smiles back at him, and her teeth glint in the sunlight, and she has braces, which makes sense because it creates sort of a connection. They fall in love, and it figures into the story later. Well, DVD copies that have been released and Blu-rays, they're not there anymore, and our belief is that they have been digitally removed. However, there are a whole bunch of people running around on blogs saying that it's the Mandela effect, that everyone is misremembering it, and even that she never had the braces ever. Well, I remember I saw the thing at the movie theater in 1978 multiple times on cable and the ABC Sunday night movie and VHS and everything. Many times I remember the damn braces. And everybody I talked to who saw it back then remembers the damn braces.
Yes, same here.
Mark remembers them. Everybody I know remembers the freaking braces. There you go. Thank you, Liger fan. She had braces. There's the man, Stuart Mitchell.
CERN got fired up. Yeah, damn CERN. Yeah.
And now, but there are blogs and everything. A whole bunch of people accusing all of us of suffering the Mandela effect, that there were no braces ever. Well, they've been removed.
Yeah, that was just nuts. Yep.
Thank you, Captain Skywalker. Again, everyone. Dolly had freaking braces.
There's a glitch in the matrix, as I say.
Yes, unless reality has been changed.
And the Liger fans saying, I'm guessing that Aquaman cover being set underwater opened the doors for LCD, like LCD, LSD, LDS.
My eyes were on the chat.
Like, no, I'm saying no, that's an old one, but that caught my eye. It's like, yeah, it did seem kind of psychedelic. Yep.
Hey there, 1903 TX. We've seen a few examples where people have shown old video that they're saying that have some comparisons that she did have the braces. I have not verified. I don't have a VHS of that anymore. I have a friend who has it. He's got to unbury it. He's going to check when he can. But as far as speaking to someone who has checked it, no. But there are people with videos on YouTube that have checked it, and they say, yes, she has the braces. I have a comparison picture right here that I'm about to show. Because this is insidious. It's an outrage. They won't admit that they changed the damn thing. Here's a comparison pic. There we go.
That's from VHS.
The top one is from the modern Blu-ray or DVDs. The bottom one is just kind of a grainy picture, of course. Braces, folks.
Yeah,
We
something
might be in
going
an
on.
alternate reality. Yeah. I think now if we're in an alternate reality, fine.
That explains a lot of stuff happening, right, Eric?
It does.
Something's gone wrong. Reboot the program.
So we have made it a Clobberin Times crusade to let the world, to tell the world, to teach the world that reality will not be threatened on our watch. The line must be drawn here and no further.
Where's the doctor when you need him, right, to set a reality straight? Maybe the dolly braces were a fixed point in time? What do you think, Captain
Yes,
Spock?
they're a fixed point in time.
And something has gone awfully wrong.
I'm not saying it ranks up there with the Deckard human replicant question, but it's going to be the next biggie.
But I think people remember this one, all due respect, a little bit more.
No,
I think because of how popular James Bond is. Of course, that Blade Runner is hugely popular too. So plus you got the great Harrison Ford in that role. So, yeah, and there's 8 versions of that movie. Maybe was it 7 or 8 or 9? I can't remember. Or there's definitely 7. I think the 8th is another so there's just like the prisoner viewing order.
Right. See,
which is fun too. So
the prisoner viewing order has never been that big of a deal to me because most of us saw it in that old order. I just think it's kind of cool that you can go by that order and rewatch. I watched every year. I probably watched The Prisoner probably all the way through twice a year since 1986. So I love it. I'm
whatever order you go in. Yeah.
But that fan order that I put out there, I think is pretty cool. It's a good way. I think it's a good way to watch it, but it's not the worst thing in the world if you watch The Prisoner in the other order. I never said it was. I'm not the one making a big deal out of it. I just thought, it's kind of cool to watch that order.
Well, just relating to how many different ways there are to watch something. Of course, the different versions of Blade Runner actually change. Change.
Right, they change things. Prison order doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
but see, that's
freaky. Yeah.
Now again. That's probably true. They did it in a restoration, Monkey Jeebus. But the thing is, what would be the reason for that? Other than something really dumb, because the braces actually are something of a character arc for the character of Jaws. He sees the young lady. He sees beautiful women all the time. They probably, this one not only shows him kindness, she has something in common with him. The steel teeth. It's cornball, sure, but it was an emotional connection. I could see some dumbass millennial during the restoration, which they did back in the early 2000s or whatever, maybe not a millennial, but some punk, saying some stuff like, well, that looks stupid. Let me get rid of those braces. Or it could have been a decision coming from on high saying, get rid of the braces. She looks too young.
Give her Invisaligns.
It's just stupid.
D-Bud and 6 is asking. Yeah, I think I have the DVD, I think, from 2002 or 2004. And that's when I went nuts because I grabbed out of my Moonraker collection. I have the Bond collection with every movie up to Casino Royale, and then I played it that night when Stuart mentioned it. I'm like, that's when I came on that night. I'm like, where are the braces? What's going on? Because it's one of those memories you have that it's Han shot first. It's like everyone knew that Han shot first, and of course you have it on I have it on my VHS tape. You can't get it on the new ones, but you knew that moment happened in the movie. But because back in the day, you just would watch the movie in the movie theater, and that was it. Unless you had a parent that was in the movie business who had 16mm versions, or and then the movies were $80 when they came out too in the 70s. So if it came out at all, right? So
it did come out, but yes, there are VHS. But Captain Decker says that, the versions discussion must be the first discussion. Hail, I believe Clubby will be going. Yes, I will watch director's cut. See, I've not seen, that's the thing. I've not seen Blade Runner since 1982, since I saw it in the theater at the age of 18 years old. So I'll be watching it again for the first time in a long time. It's been a while. And, but
sorry, not to age you. Yeah.
I'm old. I admit it. But yes, Deckard, that'll be the case. And, it's true. Captain Skywalker, as an RMB did a review of The Prisoner. Now our good buddy Cardinal Sin, along with the great Captain Deckard Spock, are doing a weekly review show of The Prisoner.
There was one on today. Yeah, great job. Yep.
They have one today. You guys do a great job on that. We appreciate you doing that. I got my hands full of Star Trek and all the stuff I'm doing. I love The Prisoner, and I'll definitely want to do shows on it one of these days. But yeah.
I started rewatching. I gotta keep rewatching. I have the old DVD set, but now I guess it's streaming in HD on Amazon Prime Video. So you
I'm
know
a,
these, which is
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, because the DVD is pretty good quality, but I didn't buy the Blu-ray set when it came out, which was a mistake. So it's not as easy for us on this side of the pond to get. But yeah, catch it if you have Amazon, which good chunk of people do with the Amazon Prime. You can watch The Prisoner in HD. Plus, it's such a huge joke, but it's like, oh god, I gotta get out and flip the DVD. Change the DVD now. It's like I have the
Yeah.
Blu-rays of Star Trek, but when you're doing your review show, so I always obviously watch the episodes for the week, but I just watch them on Netflix because it's just because I'm a lazy sob. Oh, I gotta go
Yeah.
grab the
Everyone does
Blu-rays.
that.
Oh, the horror.
Courtney, I'm embarrassed to say how old I am, but I just kind of gave it away. I was 18, right at 18 when I saw it in the summer of 1982. So that should tell you something. And that was 39 years ago. These are some cool covers. To search for here. I want to
Yeah,
get
this
this
is a
deluxe.
trade, a
I want to
deluxe.
get
I
this
guess.
trade. The Jim
And
Aparo.
what's in that? What's in that one?
That's
It
a
collects
story that
Aquaman
was,
40 to 48.
and that
Okay.
story has not been reprinted since it first came out. It was kind of controversial at the time, I believe.
Okay.
Let's see. Clobberin Times, you need to do a prisoner review with Raquel since she's new to it. D-Bud, we do plan to do it one day. It'll be a while. We're doing Trek. She's busy a lot. And our good buddies Cardinal and Decker, they're doing it right now. And, let's let them do theirs and run its course and, stuff like that. And then one day we'll do it as well. But everyone should check those guys out doing it because, we want to step on their toes. I love that show so much. And I can't wait. Believe me, I can't wait to do a show talking about it. So,
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Yep. So some of these we've seen. I guess. So here's Batman covers. So when was his first Batman cover? 1969.
Courtney, you're 78, baby. I was a teenager watching Battlestar Galactica in 78 and reading comics. So God bless you. You're a youngin'.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead, man.
78 was a good year. 78 was a good year. Yep.
It was a good year. It gave us Courtney.
I was 68 and my sister was 78. Yep. So
Stuart says, by the way, where is he? I have a friend on Facebook who actually appeared in Moonraker. Perhaps I can. Hey, ask them. Well, sure, go ahead. Where we at? Batman now?
We're in Batman now. Yep.
Hello, Dave G Sound. Good to see you. Yep. This cover looks like a mostly reprint book, but I love these 100-page giants.
Yeah.
Super
Batman in the future.
Yep. This one actually has a new story in it, but then a bunch of reprints. That's a Neil Adams. I don't know where they got Cardi. That's a Neil Adams.
It says Nick Cardi. Well, probably maybe one of these side panels.
One of the side panels is Cardi.
Because that looks like Adams.
The Batgirl's big surprise is Cardi.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So
that's not a good quality.
It's not nice Star Trek. I think the natural follow-up to Trek would be the Orville. Oh, we're going to get to the Orville too. Absolutely. First reviews by Az and Robert Meyer Burnett and switched between their two channels. Yes, they did. That's right. This is Cardi right here. Yeah. I just love Wonder. Man, I love 100-page giants, and they can't get enough.
Those are great. Yeah.
Nice. I think that's all reprints right there. Love it though.
100 pages. Yep. No, because you pick those up too. Or like I told everyone, my grandfather would bring me back comics. When I got a bunch of these, or like Superman Family or Batman Family, those, because you didn't get that many comics. So if you had 100 pages, you're like, psych. Oh, that's, I get to read all these. Yep.
This was how you got to read Golden Age comics.
Yeah.
If you were a kid, this is when I was a kid in the Bronze Age when these comics were coming out. They didn't have, like I say, right now they're trade paperback compilations of just about everything imaginable, but that wasn't the case back then. You got your old stuff like this.
Yeah, then you got to
read
these old stories. Yeah,
the right side of that's Cardi. Left side looks like Kubert. Let's see here.
Yeah, like the Batman Family. Those are great. I
love that. By the way, that's Cardi, the Batman figure talking, but the Robin and Batgirl jumping right there, that's Mike Grell.
There you go. Of course, Clobby is right. So here's the
I
You
remember.
can't see it below the word balloon, but yep. That is
And he
Mike
did the
Grell.
interior
Yep.
on that. Yeah. Oh, he signed it. Yeah, there you go. I love that cover. I remember now, dude. It's not always the case, but that's one I remember for some reason. I remember buying it right off the damn rack at that Batman Family. Could you show that one again? That's
Sure, yep.
That's
You
pure
remember buying that
nostalgia
one?
for me. Right, I bought this one off the rack. The year I couldn't tell you, but I remember I could see it.
1975.
I could see it as plain as day. I could see myself picking it up and going nuts over it and
That would
buying that one.
Cost you $115
$0.50
today.
That cost the price of 2 comic books. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. How much is a can of soda then? Do you remember? I was try to relate it. I have no idea, but that'd be fun to like. I think I asked that one. Someone posted like what it was. You know what that was. Let's see. This one. Wow, that's $7.75. 1965. Yep, well, that's an expensive issue.
I'm a free man. Let's see here. Stuart Mitchell says, yes, the great Lord Doomcock, hail Doomcock, did a great video proving that Deckard is a replicant. Do I remember that Batman Family #1? I bought it off the spinner too. There you go. Good times, buddy. Good times. Quarter for a soda. There you go.
Is that actually Batman Family? Then actually, that is number 1 too. Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only you'd think it'd be worth more, but yeah, interesting.
I mean, a lot of it probably. I know one story is definitely not a reprint of the Grill. I mean, whatever the story, but I don't know. You would think it's not a key, I guess. Here we go with some Brave and Bolds.
Yeah.
Guardian.
I skipped one here. I think. Oh, here's one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd shown that one. Yep.
I don't know if the other title that he did a lot of was Teen Titans. Not the new Teen Titans. Just the Teen
Sergeant
Titans.
Rock.
Sergeant Rock. This was so weird, dude. Look at Sergeant Rock. That's not taking place during World War II. Sergeant Rock is should have been an old man at this point, or pretty older, much older, but some of these goofy stories with Sergeant Rock are hilarious. Yeah. Another thing, Wildcat. He's from the Golden Age. They had they always used to he used to team up with Batman all the time, and they wouldn't explain he's younger, and they just said, to hell with it. Ted Grant's
just do
younger.
it, right?
We don't know why.
Just do it, yeah.
Phantom Stranger.
Jim Aparo interior. Gotta love his art.
Almost all of yeah, I love Aparo so much. Batman was just annoying in the cartoon and comics. Didn't like him as part of the Batman. The Filmation cartoon reveals he's in love with Batgirl. That was fun. Yeah, that's the one with Adam West and Burt Ward doing the voices.
Yeah, who's gonna be in love with Batgirl, right? Yep.
Oh yeah, there you go. This one has 4 stories in it. I read this one recently. Lee Anthony Davis says, I still have my Fantastic Four collection, and I enjoy looking at them looking at them more than more than I did watching the actual film franchises. Well, Lee, I can relate, my friend. Yep. I love the comics, and I don't like what they do with I don't like at all what they do with the movies and stuff. Now I just reread this.
Look at this one. Gotham Urban Renewal underway.
This is one.
What year is that? 72. All right.
I just reread this one about a year ago or whatever.
Commune of the Outcast.
One of the most ridiculous, stupid ass stories. Now, Cardi didn't do the interior. The interior is by, of course, the great Jim Aparo, I believe, and I think Bob Haney wrote it. And it has to be Haney. Okay, this is so friggin' stupid. This is one of the dumbest. I mean, it's everything Bob Haney wrote back then or any other time was bonkers. They created a whole Earth for him after Crisis, because all the inconsistencies. Because Murray Boltinoff was the editor at the time, and unlike E. Nelson Bridwell or Julius Schwartz, he didn't give a shit about continuity. So they joked around the DC offices. They called Bob Haney Mr. Continuity because they made up Earth B for Bob Haney because he just all the craziest shit would happen with the Bob Haney comics whether he was writing Raven the Bold or World's Finest. I mean, he's the one that made up the Super Sons of Superman and Baddies and just stuck them in canon. Just like it wasn't like it didn't give a shit. It was insane. This story here is one of the funniest comics I've ever read. Hello there, Zax. Oh God, it's so stupid. You know what? There's a scene where Batman pulls out a badge.
Yeah.
And says he's a duly deputized agent of the line, like Adam West said it, but he didn't have a badge. Batman's a cop in this one for no reason, just so the Titans can stick it to the man. It's like that. One day you got to read that. One day I'm going to break some rules, and I'm going to show that, because even crazier than this is the one with one of the ones with Sergeant Rock, where Batman and Sergeant Rock, that he's old. This is modern day. Sergeant Rock's teaming up with him, and he goes outside. They go outside, and they jump into a police car and drive around. I'm like, wait a minute, what about the Batmobile? Why would Batman be driving a police car?
He was out of gas.
Well, the cover of that comic is the one where the hooded guy's pointing, and it was an Aparo cover, not a Cardi. He's pointing a gun at Batman, saying, "Keep drawing, Aparo. Either Rock kills Batman, or I kill you."
Oh God!
And the comic is crazier on the inside.
So this is kind of like current events. I guess they're showing they're getting into that realm that we don't like. I guess, right?
The most stupid.
So what are they? They're protesting the urban renewal of Gotham, I guess. And
pretty much, this is the worst hippie shit I've ever read. Yeah. It is some stupid hippie.
And
shit.
Batman's the man, right? Obviously, yeah.
And the Teen Titans,
the vigilante's the man. Yeah.
Right. Batman and the everybody else is the man, and the Teen Titans are the hip kids. Helping with the hippies and shit. It's really stupid. It's bonkers.
It's bonkers. Yeah.
Oh, I love the Metal Men.
Yeah. They had a resurgence lately, and then we're going to do a film, and then I think that all went to pieces. But they had reintroduced them to the DC universe a few years ago. I was picking up some of those issues.
Absolutely, and Ed Hannigan's designs are more weird than anything else to me, D-Bug. But I hear you. Yeah, Ed Hannigan was probably pretty derivative of some of the stuff that Cardi did. I think.
More Wildcat here.
Yeah, I love Wildcat. Let's see. In my mind, there were two Batmans: the Gotham City Batman and the Batman in the Justice League. Maybe three, Cap, because you also have the Brave and the Bold Batman was not really much like the other ones either. He's more along the lines of the Justice League one. But I hear you. I've said that a lot. Challengers the Unknown. I love it.
Oh, it's a great cover. God, what year is this? 73.
Which one?
This one. The thing that came out of the sea. Yeah. It looks a lot older than. Yeah, that looks a lot older than 73. Yeah. Jack Kirby interior.
It's a new cover, but it's a Kirby print. He was already not. He wasn't doing Challengers at the time, but yeah. That's
great.
Originally a Titans issue, but that they used Cardi art. That's a foreign reprint of some sort. Yeah, if you find Teen Titans, that's another. We'll find a lot.
Yeah, we'll go to Teen Titans.
Wow, look at that. That's beautiful.
Kiss from the Grave.
Who bought The Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love? You bought it, didn't you, D-Bud? D-Bud, you bought this title. Come on.
And it's almost $100, so you did well if you bought it. Yep.
I always loved this cover.
Yeah,
I think this is, and then I know
100
this is a wraparound. This is a wrap cover, by the way. It's front and back. It's one big cover.
Yeah, we've seen some of these ones. Yeah.
Pretty sure I have this one.
So you want to go to what?
How about Teen Titans? We'll let it by Pete. We'll leave everybody.
We did a couple of House of Mysteries. Let's see.
Dial H for Hero with Robbie Reed.
Let's see.
A Mouse of History. Nope, but he would. There you go.
Origins.
Fair enough, T-Bud. He would. Oh, I love Secret Origins also. This is those were reprints, but I think I don't have that issue, but I used to have it.
Oh, I got this issue.
Nice.
See. Jim Spectre. Yeah, what year was that?
The day Jim Corrigan died, began his career. His career began, and the Spectre was born. I love the Spectre.
1973.
Lagerfan says, "Do we know who designed that newer outfit for Wonder Girl? Because I don't. I almost think it was Cardi, but it could have been a joint decision. I don't really know, Lagerfan, but I can probably find out. Cardi did a lot of design work for DC as well, So
that's a weird one. Lost Annual. What the heck did this come out?
That was later. That was
2008.
That was just
I guess they grabbed. Yeah, they just grabbed.
Did use Cardi art.
Yep.
But this was I think
So
I, don't know
this
if
is
I
his
may have
first
bought
Teen.
that one.
This is his first Teen Titans,
There you go.
1966. Yep.
And he did interiors on Titans for a while, I believe.
Yep. This is interiors too. Yep. Bunch of these. Yep.
Yeah, Liger fan. My guess is I think I want to say Cardi did, but I could be wrong, man.
Creeper wears Spectres undies. Yeah.
Matthew Peller, I love that.
Yeah.
Look at these covers. These covers get really kind of crazy too. These you can see how his covers get crazy as they go along.
Million-year-old teenager. Yeah, that's the 60s there. Yep, with the hot rodding and
The Creeper
Demon Dragster. Ding Dong's Beach Bump. That's got to be the 60s, right? Yep. 66. Yep.
Yeah. Nice. I always like this one.
Yeah, that's for Speedy. You got him. The Olympics. Yep.
Wow. His covers were they were dynamic. I mean, they were just they were busy. Nice one. They were colorful.
I like that one. Yep.
Yeah. Speedy should have been in more of them, though. I mean, he came back. I mean, he was in there later. Nice.
That's a bad scam, but it's a cool cover. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
The Big Beach Rumble.
I like that costume for Wally West better than just seeing him in the copy.
The red, yep.
A copy of Barry's. Barry's just Flash to me, but I loved Wally when he was Kid Flash. Sorry. Even though he was pretty slow compared to Barry. And in New Teen Titans, he used to get his ass kicked all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Remember when they and it's not really getting political, but they tried to make Wally political, and he was like the one that didn't. They were all a bunch of hippies, and he was the more conservative. That was the New Teen Titans. Yeah. You like the checkerboard? Yes. What they call those go-go checks. When you see the checkerboards at the top of the DC Comics, they called them go-go checks.
Oh yeah, those. Yep. The old ones. Yep.
This is always an interesting cover right here.
Big Christmas gift to you, Mr. Big. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great
this
cover.
is a great cover right here.
That's really good.
You know what that reminds me of?
What year is
the
that?
old Ramita cover with
68.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man. I was just going to say where Spider-Man gives up his. I wonder what came first, the Ramita one or the
66.
Yeah, I wonder what. So this issue came out 194168. Well, that's a cover date, 4168.
Spider-Man No More might have been a little bit after that, but I don't quote me on that. Could have been. That was I don't know, but
Phantom will tell us.
They copy.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but that's
each other all
that's
the
that
time.
same. It's not an exact copy, but it's the same kind of vibe. Yep.
Marvel see, Marvel do.
All right, so this is the issue. This was the month I was born.
Stuart says, Captain Decker Spock, you have another subscriber, sir. Thank you, Stuart Mitchell.
Awesome.
But I'm sure Captain Decker appreciates that, buddy. Appreciate you.
How much would this comic cost me? Let's see.
That's true. They did turn Wally into a jerk.
Oh, 170. Crap, that's expensive. You're talking about the guy that's collecting every. You had a friend that bought every comic the month he was born.
Yes, and he bought that one.
Yeah, so I was born in June of '68. So yep, I got to buy that one. Yep. Dimensional Caper.
Always like this cover.
That's cool. Yep.
This we're getting to the
psychedelic
the mad mod. Yeah, this is some 60s stuff right here, brother. The hippies.
Yep.
And this time, a lot of these writers were hippies.
When this guy's asking for $1 million.
$1 million. Cardi was amazing. As that red star.
That's a cool way to do the title there on top of the, face on top of the tunnel or wherever. Yep. That's cool. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a nice one. Again, there was atmosphere to his covers that were weird. This is just incredible. Okay, Spider-Man No More, April 1967. Thank you, Doug Oberg. So,
yeah, a little
Marvel
bit of that vibe there. Yep.
Marvel see, Marvel do. But that works both ways.
Yep. No, but so Spider-Man was first. Yep.
That is a more famous cover though, because
Yeah,
it's Spider-Man. So yeah,
yeah.
that is a great cover, buddy. Oh look, I mean Ramita's. Well, I love Ramita. There you go. Make me creep. They're fighting over a girl, and she's letting it happen. This is always a crazy cover right here.
God, she'll be gone forever. Yep. Kind of like Poltergeist, right into the wall.
Yipper. Maybe she's dragging her to cord. There you go.
There's a new Wonder. I like that costume much better.
Costume.
So someone was asking, Gil Kane, artist,
Gil Kane did the interior, didn't he?
So you wonder if he had a hand in the costume.
It could have been Cardi who wrote it. Who's writing in the book at the time? Was it, I need to know the editor, and I'm not sure who was editing Teen Titans. I don't think it was Schwartz. It might have been Boltonoff or Breadwell. But designs like that are big deals. The artists just can't do it themselves. They might help design on it, but they're told to do that by the editor, the writer.
They'd work with the editor, right? Yeah, people all get together
and to show them design. So it's an editor allows it. So I would say probably it could be Kane, but I was thinking maybe Cardi and Kane. I don't know. You never know about stuff like that. But I like the question there. Whoever asked it. Who asked it? Was it Doug or was it Liger fan asked it?
And stealing the Tiger line, as Matthew Pounder says, yeah. Back off, Tigers. The new Wonder Girl is here. So it's your lucky day, Tiger. Yeah.
It's Tigers, your lucky day.
That's a cute. No, that's a
great cover.
Good costume design too. I like that.
Yes,
that new it works much better than the old costume. Yeah.
All right, D Bud, take it easy, brother. Have a good night.
Night, D Bud. And if anyone has watched the Teen Titan shows, which I can't recommend, but the girl that plays Wonder Girl has a really good costume and is quite gorgeous. So
yeah. It's a nice cover, though. Nice one. Wow.
Skis of Death. Yeah. You didn't pay for your lift tickets, Teen Titans.
No ticket.
No ride.
So, if they're dead, never mind.
Yeah.
Where's Aqualad in the snow? I always I love this is one of my favorite covers right here, just for some reason, because it's one of the most important men in the world, and you killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, little bonks. Cool cover again. He did some freaky covers, didn't he? It just
that is you can tell the 60s,
Okay. Oh wow,
there's psychedelic movement and
he was just so talented.
LDS, as we'll say, keep it kid friendly.
Cardi was just so talented, man.
That is a great cover, yeah. That's kind of a not Kirby-esque in the style, but just in the action.
I hear you.
In the action, yep.
I've seen these covers so many times. I mean, they're just so familiar. Because they just stand out.
He's got a photorealistic quality.
Dad man.
I think. Yep. Hey, Dad
man. Walker.
Did someone say Ticket to Ride?
Well, I forgot to update my phone.
Oh, you got to update your turn your Fortnites on.
Look at Darth Hasker. What's up, brother?
Hey, Darth. How's it going?
Hawk and Dover, a couple of jerk-offs.
Well, Dad, man, I did buy the package that's on Humble Bumble. If anyone's a Ticket to Ride or board game fan, it was Mary's Game Room had posted for $12 you got like 30 games, and it took it was a great deal on Humble Bumble. I'll try to find the link to put in. They had all the Ticket to Ride games, and it goes to charity, and it's a fun board game. It's a really good board game. So the goal is to block Dad Man from completing his route from California to New York. Just kidding, but you bet you get cards, and the goal is to complete like a route, and there's really long ones and short ones, and of course you get more points for the longer route. So Humble Bumble's a great, and you can redeem it on Steam, so you get your code. So and actually, we got so many games, it took me like a half hour to redeem all the games, all the codes. But it's for charity. It's going a donation for breast cancer research and. It's a good idea to support that, and then you get some free games. So I'll dig up the link before the end of the show.
Cool.
That's a good cover. Good.
He's just amazing. I love his covers. Loved.
Wow, that's a good one.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope that redhead stays safe. Yep.
I hope that redhead just comes over to visit. I love him.
You got the monster or Clobby, right? Yeah.
Yes. If I were her, I'd go with the monster. She'd be better off. Oh wow! There you go.
Wonder Girl to a witch. Yep. And I love the side panel here with all the characters.
Yeah. That's a comics cover, man, right there.
Yep. The Demon of Dog Island.
Wow.
That's a great one.
Crazy covers, man. Getting into the late 60s, early 70s. Man, he just did nonstop covers for these.
Yeah,
Even when he wasn't doing interiors.
71, yep.
Oh, we're in the 70s already. Bronze Age. That's right, because I've started, some of those are in my spinner rack. We're getting close to when my spinner rack issues are in my
We're
spinner
catching
rack.
up in time. Well, that's a great cover. Good.
Yeah.
That's a scary one. Hawk and Dove. Yep.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the Teen Titans, the TV show, the Hawk and Dove costumes, they've done a nice job with, and those characters were pretty well. I don't like the stories. I haven't watched the new season yet, but they had a couple. They had a good episode with Hawk and Dove. It was well done on that show.
Oh, Haster, you're not feeling well, brother? Dude.
Oh, that's horrible.
I hope you do, man. I hope you get better, man. Feel better. I hope you don't have it.
Yeah, I don't have to get that long term yet.
So far, it still tastes food. Well, there you go. Good.
Oh, you can still. Oh, good.
You can, so yes.
Good.
Courtney says my smell was non-existent. When I had it, I didn't have any of that. My son had the loss of taste problem. I didn't, if I really had it. That's a nice cover.
He did a lot of Teen Titans, that's for sure. Yep.
Yeah, he did. Did him some Teen Titans forever there. So yeah, he had an amazing career. So.
Oh, that's a classic.
Cool. Nice.
So, that's annual. Oh, they 1999 annual. So
I have that. I think I bought that
67?
one. Like $4.99.
What the heck is that number? No, it says 1967. Oh, it's a
minute,
reprint. Yeah, I was just checking.
Now,
yeah, it's one of those reprints things. Yep. But still a great cover. Yeah.
Yep. They didn't usually call them annuals that much.
Yeah,
I mean, DC
weird.
didn't.
But it says 67. Oh, it's a reprint. Okay, it's a reprint of in 1999. They did
of that recent, because they did that in late 90s. They did some of these, and they made them look like an old giant 80-page giant.
Yeah,
but they were $4.99 or something. Extra, never before seen Teen Titans, Titans TV comic. Remember that stupid cartoon?
Go ahead, yeah.
No, Darth Aster, Nick Cardy passed away in the I want to say it was in the 90s or the early 2000s. I can't remember. I'd seen him at some cons. I see Cardi to do that. Did do that Perez cover. Let's go back to that companion. Yeah, that's by Tomorrows. I love them. That's a great Perez cover there. So this covers Titan, so he's inside of there. Obviously,
yeah. I guess unless they grab that can't be it. That doesn't look like any Cardi on the cover. It's all
Perez. It's just that if you cover Titans, you got to cover. You got to have Cardi in there.
Yeah.
But I have the art of Nick Cardy from by them Tomorrows. It's great. There you go. Wow.
Tomahawk. Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. We've shown enough of the great Cardi. But yeah, I appreciate you doing it. It makes it easier.
Yeah, it's fun to go through that. Yeah, and let me just see for fun how many Cardis I only have 2 Cardi covers in my collection. That's not so good.
Only
Mark.
2.
Only 2. I've got this one. Oh, I remember when I got this comic.
Nice.
Someone gave me that one. Yep, that was one of those great. What year is that? That's 75. Yep. I gotta read that over and over and over. That comic. Nice. And then I have that Secret Origin. So only those 2. I'm a slacker. I gotta get more Cardis. Yep.
Yeah. Get some and plenty of comics that have them. So, thanks, man. I appreciate you doing that. That's the way.
It was fun.
I love that stuff. But yeah, let's see here. What is going on with everyone else tonight? What are you all doing? Let's see. I think it was. So this is just an open talk thing. We all know Dolly had braces.
Yep, that's settled.
It's just fact.
Settled science.
That comic is older than you, Darth Aster? Wow. Well, it's older than a lot of people, if it makes you feel any better there, brother. It's just, unfortunately, it's not older than me. It might not even be older than Mark. No, it's not older than you.
Nope, good. I don't want to be too old yet.
trying to think here. What should we do for there won't be any Clobby's Clubhouse tomorrow night, but I'm trying to figure out what we'll do the next week. And I'm trying to figure out some topics coming up.
Okay.
It's I think Purple's gonna be on with me Monday night. We're gonna talk about some Marvel monster superheroes.
That'll be fun.
Marvel monster comics and stuff like that. It's Halloween. Everyone's in the spirit of Halloween, and I get picked on for not being in the spirit of Halloween, so we will be. Nothing against it. Nothing against it, And I'm more than happy to, but I'm trying to think. Trying to think of some more topics coming up. Now, I was on with our great buddy Nick. Well, we were on with Nick last night as well, but I was on with him Friday night. By the way, that was a lot of fun being on that stream.
We found out the legend of Hansy from Mad Mardigan.
That's
a non sequitur.
I didn't get to hear much of that. I think it was. I forgot what I was doing.
Yeah, wow. But we'll see. Matt has always got crazy stories, so
yes.
I don't know how it segued into that, but talking about someone at police academy that he was in had very small hands, so we had a half-hour diversion on the legend of Hansy.
Yes. Well, it's much to our shame, folks. No. Horror comics. Again, it'll be a little bit. I think I'm going to go with like some of the Marvel monster superheroes type thing. The Monster Legion. Remember them?
Yep.
It would be good to hear you guys discussing the Star Wars production art and matte paintings of the great Ralph McQuarrie.
Oh,
that would
great.
Be a fun one to do one of these days. Stuart Mitchell, I have I got back in 1980. Of course, Empire Strikes Back is my all-time favorite film. I have the Ralph McQuarrie Empire Strikes Back portfolio. It survived a few hurricanes and floods, and even took a little bit of water damage at one point. And it's huge. It's gigantic. I do have that. So I love Ralph McQuarrie. That would be a very interesting thing to talk about. Lee Anthony Daniels, I've been planning for a while now to do another Blake 7 stream. And very soon there will be I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on the Global Geek Gang or do it on a regular night. But I love me some Blake 7 and I can't wait to do it again. So that's coming. Trying to set that up. Absolutely. And suggestions are always welcome, folks. That's Swamp Thing versus Man Thing. I'm kind of a Swamp Thing guy there myself, Captain. Firestorm the Nuclear Man. Yeah, Captain Deckard, I love Firestorm. Hey, Liger fan. Take care, buddy. Have a great night.
Good night, Liger fan. Thanks for watching.
Sherry, you're having dumpling and veggie soup. I want some. I don't even like soup much, but now I want some. I shouldn't. I just went out to the what's that? What's that links? Oh,
that's the story that I think that Eric K was talking about with the artist that quit. If you want to show that or talk about
we
that.
We cover that, I guess. Yeah, I guess we could if you want to.
Sure. We'll take a few minutes on that.
Let's see here. Hang on a second. Yes. Blake 7 is happening soon again. I'm gonna try. I want to get Probby back on to talk about it once too. I haven't talked to Probby in a while. Yep. I got to find.
We got a new. I was gonna say new doctor. Speaking of that, we got a new Doctor Who, showrunner. But I know we've talked about how we're not too hopeful on that. But a new old. We'll see where that goes.
With regards to Doctor Who, I'm waiting to the end of November because that's always the anniversary time. That's when and I'm going to do Global Geek Gang's going to do a big table on it. We're going to talk Doctor Who that we love, not the filthy garbage that has happened to it through the Chibi era.
Yep.
Real deal Doctor Who. And yes, I can't wait to talk some Blake 7. Deckard, are you perchance a Blake 7 fan, sir? Because, again, when I get that together, I'm like, I got to find someone who knows. Yeah, it sounds arrogant, I know, but someone who knows their Blake Seven stuff, because it's something I just love. I'm a sicko when it comes to Blake Seven, folks. I got to tell you, ever since I fell in love with it in 1987. Yes, I saw it later after when we first got it here, and ever since then, I probably some years I've like binged it or watched it more than twice, all 52 episodes. Other years, at least once, and then I would just jump all over the place in random episodes and stuff like I would do with Star Trek. But I am unhealthily obsessed with Blake Seven and love every inch of it and love talking the details and the minutia of it. So, yeah. Of course, all hail problem being Probby. Yeah, love Probby. Great dude. And he loves some Blake Seven as well. And we talked Blake a little bit.
I got to watch that series and everyone keeps talking about it. So I guess there's some ways you can find it online for free. And because it's not streaming, is it on BritBox now or is it?
It's on BritBox now, even in the States, from what I understand.
Okay, because I was going to sign up for BritBox, but I was like, "Where's Blake Seven?" And they didn't have it. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
And yes, Lee Anthony Davis is correct. He has a Facebook page, a Blake Seven Facebook page, of course.
Lee, why don't you post that, Lee? If you're a wrench, post
sure.
the link to the.
He's not. I don't think he is.
I seen a wrench next to him. Yep.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, he can post that if he wants to. Sure. Anyway, what was I looking at? So, I love Blake Seven. Oh, look at that. Oh, your muscle monk, I thought you were saying. Says, I've never seen Blake Seven, but I've seriously thought about buying it and Space 1999. I've seen both, but I've seen Space 1999 like once or twice. I like it, but I'm a Blake Seven freak. And yes, see, the thing about distribution of Blake Seven is in the late 80s and early 90s, they did put the VHSs out of all 52 episodes, which I still have, by the way. And then they've done DVD sets subsequently and stuff like that later, but they've never for region 1?
Yeah, we're region 1, yep.
Never for region 1 release. When they did that last really nice set of nice copies, I had to have a buddy of mine, rip them, and put them on DVD for me, because it has now just been released on BritBox here. For the longest time, it was just BritBox in the UK. Now it is on BritBox here, but there's still no DVD presence of the show here, which is really annoying. Or Blu-ray. I mean, I'd take a DVD. I don't need a Blu-ray.
Well, the good thing about Blu-ray is there's no region codes on Blu-rays. They finally realized how stupid that was. I mean,
right.
Just sell different regions. I mean, how Hollywood comes up with some stupid things sometimes.
I bought a Region 2 player and just so I could buy the sets, and I have sets on DVD that I can't watch without a Region Blue player, and that player I got was kind of messed up. And the copies of the sets, I had to get them on eBay. They were all messed up. My copies were crappy. So I just said, to hell with it. I got those copies that my friend made for me, and I can at least watch it like that.
Yeah.
For the longest time, it was on YouTube, where you could just watch it. Now it's not. Daily Motion has crappy copies. But it was on BritBox UK, and now it actually is on BritBox here. I thought it was anyway, but I got to go check again. It's supposedly here on BritBox. But I don't know if it's like a special thing you have to pay for it, because I was subscribing to BritBox.
Yeah, BritBox
I don't need their damn copies anyway.
$8 a month or not. I'll check, but I'll look it up. But
we're subscribed to BritBox. I don't know what happened.
Well, you gotta pay for it. I think you had 30 days free, or sometimes they give you like a free trial period.
I thought I could have swore we had it, but I just don't watch it enough, so maybe it lapsed. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I have it. So.
Yeah, and then I use the computer to convert everything. So because I got a friend who we love the movie The Wild Geese. So when he was in England, he bought a copy there. He's like, Mark, you got to convert this for me. So with the computer, you can rip it and and take out the region. Which is nice. So then I was making. I don't know if I should say this. I guess you don't get in trouble. Yeah, I was giving him. He bought the DVD and he was listening. And made a copy for him. Yep. Now, of course, you can buy The Wild Geese here now. But that's a fantastic movie. If anyone hasn't seen that, highly recommend it. But it's you want to buy. He's like, I want to pay for it. He's like, but I can't buy it here.
It's ridiculous. Now, Mr. Dabman has a question for you, the engineer.
Sure. What's the? I was just
Mrs.
copying
Dadman
a
has
link
tried
here.
to explain region codes to me, but it's stupid. Why can't DVD just play anywhere?
So in terms of they wanted to have set up copy protection, on one hand, which the code got cracked in a day. So the DVDs have a useless code on them. Basically, they were the encryption was so poorly done that a kid cracked it, and that was the famous story that someone got arrested for cracking it, and then the code was illegal, so they printed T-shirts with a code on it with the how to crack DVDs. They were selling those for a while, but basically what they were trying to do was limit sales. So like that Wild Geese, you couldn't buy it in the U.S. You had to buy it in Britain, and then they were trying to limit it so you couldn't. I guess they were trying to stop imports, maybe of say the DVDs would be really cheap in China, or of course, $5, say, or $1, US, and then someone would take them all and ship them over to the States and resell them, at a markup. I'm guessing that's the reasoning behind it. And then with Blu-rays, unfortunately, media now is becoming a niche market, which scares me more and more because the hard copies are going to go away, and they can do things like taking out Dolly's braces or putting a hairy butt on Daryl Hannah and Splash, or you lose control of the movie. So if you don't have your physical copy, Hollywood can when you pass away, you've got your whole library of digital stuff. If you lose the passwords or the codes, hey, guess what? We got to sell them to the next generation. Your hard copies, physical copies, you can hey kids, here's my DVDs, or here's my Blu-rays, or even my VHS tapes that I still have. And so I think that's all trying to increase sales. But now, the writing's on the wall. I think eventually, physical copies. I hope I'm wrong, but I think physical copies will become like a niche, market where it's just collectors like me who love 4K releases of movies, and we'll buy them. We have a nice home system, but like my kids, not to throw them under the bus, but they'll watch stuff on their phones and they could care less what the damn thing looks like. I was ranting a few weeks ago about Seinfeld on Netflix and how horrible it looks, and they stretch it out to 16:9 so that there's no black bars. George Costanza is not that not that I'm good to look at, but he's not great either. I don't want to see him stretched and blown up and blurry either. So they do all these stupid things on these digital streams and copies, and it's they wreck the original. Like if you watch Clobby, we love watching old sports stuff too. Like I know you love watching the NFL, and so a lot of times what they're doing, they're stretching the old games to 16:9. Yeah. I mean, the games didn't look great to begin with, but then they stretch them. You're losing part of it, and it's looking even blurrier. It's like, just give me the original. So sorry, Dad, man, that's a rant on a long answer to that. But they're trying to basically, make money. Originally, the idea was to make more money and limit the market, and it now it's become a niche, I think. So they don't even bother with Blu-rays. They got rid of the region codes, and they're just happy to sell them where they can, I think. So.
Yep, a pain in the arse. Absolutely. Yep. Well, Stuart Mitchell says, have you guys ever watched any Red Dwarf? Stuart Mitchell, I am a Red Dwarf fanatic. I love it all. Well, obviously some's better than others. I absolutely adore Red Dwarf. I've watched, not only have I watched every one of them, of course, even when they brought it back a couple of years ago, after being gone for like whatever it was, 10, 11 years, whatever it was, many, many years. I still think the new one is even pretty good. And the past couple of specials, the past couple of new series they've done, or seasons, and then the last special, The Promised Land, as great as it was in the original days, no, but still really good. And as Deckard says, yes, Deckard, smoke me a cuppa. I'll be back for breakfast. Yeah, I love Red Dwarf. Love it, love it, love it. And it's another one I've just watched an unreasonable amount of times. Many, many, many times. Deckard says, hail Cardinal Sin, who mailed me a U.S. multi-region player. Very good of him. Very good of him.
And if you have a computer, it's so easy to get around it too. That's the silly thing. It's it's nice to have that extra player, but basically the computer can just take that out and boom. So they foiled again. Anything that usually what it does is it doesn't hurt the pirates, but it hurts people that want to, the end user, people want to buy these movies and enjoy them. That's really all the copy protection does. Unfortunately, it's I'm not in favor of anything getting stolen or ripped off. God knows I pay enough of monthly fees for all the services and streaming and comics and things like that. But it's just an inconvenience for the consumer. Basically, the pirates, it doesn't bug them. I mean, they know how to get around this stuff. So it's just really short sighted, I think, with all that copy protection. Or back in the day, for those of you that are old enough, remember like in games, and you buy an old game that was on floppy. Even before CDs, they had a code. Turn to page 63 of the manual, line 6, the 8th word, and you had to input it in, and then you could play the game. They had like a manual that you had to give the word in the manual. Or some of them had code wheels in the game that you'd spin the code wheel around to unlock the game. So you put the code wheel on like blue, and the middle wheel was on 16, and then the other wheel, and then it would give you the code to start the game. It's like, really? I paid my $40 back then, and I got to go through this to play the game. So it's just an inconvenience for the consumer.
Yepper, that's for sure. Well, a bunch of pains in the arse there.
Yep. I did. I posted the link in the chat for anyone who wants to check out that Humble Bumble bundle of games. So the link is in there, and it helps to fight cancer, breast cancer. It's called the Play Pink game bundle, and there's 25 games that you can get for $12. Or if you feel like donating more money, you can actually donate more money, but the minimum is 12, and you get all the Ticket to Ride games, Pandemic, Splendor, a Lord of the Rings game. So it's a pretty nice bundle for $12.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, Stuart. I mean, even Red Dwarf had its lulls. Even some of their loved ones are better than most stuff. But man, I think those later seasons they did a few years ago, like 9 and like 12, I think 10, 11, 12. And then the special, I think those were pretty good, especially, they gotten older, but they didn't do any kind of reboot crap. They brought the old guys back, let them be old, and they're still funny. They're still good. And the great thing about it is they really are not woke, that surprised me the most, because it's just that last one they did was just, was last year or whatever, Promised Land special that they did. And before that, they haven't been ruined. So, and again, even though obviously the two guys who created it don't hate each other, and they're still fighting over it, as far as that goes, it's still damn good.
The cast is pretty. I haven't watched a lot of Red Dwarf, but the cast is also pretty diverse too. When you think about it,
they're amazing,
right? But they didn't make a big deal of it. They just told their stories, right? So,
thank you, Muscle Uncle. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, they just tell stories, and they're just funny, and they don't care. I mean, they're so anti-PC.
Yep.
Mark, let's see, Claude and Mark, have you seen the 1977 British show C-15, The Professionals? I know of it. I
haven't seen
it's
that.
A British anti-crime unit starring Gordon Jackson, Martin Shaw, and Lewis Collins. Oliver Billamonte, thank you for being here, by the way. I have heard of it. I believe I'm pretty sure I have not seen it. In fact, I have not seen it, but sounds interesting. There's so many, and there's the good thing. Is since new stuff is just so abhorrent to me now and so horrible, I'm glad there's still all kind of stuff that I've either maybe heard of but haven't seen yet, and just always kind of thought I would, or sometimes something I haven't even heard of, and like, oh, really? And because I love British stuff, and there's still, I've watched a lot of British shows, but there's still tons of them I probably have not seen, and so it's good to hear about that. The Professionals.
I guess there's also the New Professionals too. I was just Googling too. Yep. So they brought them back in 1999, and then they had the original Professionals at 57 episodes. Never watched it, but I love British TV, so I'm sure it's good. Yep. British crime action television drama.
Your Muslim uncle, you're probably referring to Red Dwarf then. I wasn't sure exactly which one you said. You said you're catching up. Okay. I know that Amazon has them on there, and then Amazon showed they came out with the Promised Land special last year. Let's see. Bodie and Doyle. Red Dwarf and Blackadder, yeah, were my weekends back. I love Blackadder. That's another one.
Yeah.
Blackadder was ingenious. It was such a great, great, great show. There was a lot less of it than Red Dwarf, but I dearly love it. So yeah, I'm with you. And you know, you talk about it sometimes. Do you remember an old show? Does anyone remember a weird old, kind of a Canadian show, but it was made for CBS called Adderley?
Don't remember that one.
Mid '80s. It was. I know I've mentioned it. I mentioned it here before. I just started kind of watching that again, just because they're on YouTube, and they got them all on there. Anyone ever remember Adderley? That was kind of a pretty fun show because I really liked that guy. He didn't really Winston Riekert. You didn't really see him in much else. Adderley was this guy that worked for the Bureau of Miscellaneous Affairs, and because he was a top-notch agent, and then he got his hand destroyed by some criminals, and so he was a guy walking around with one hand, and he got taken off out of the field, and all he wanted to do was get back out in the field again, but he was put in this nothing, in the basement of the big security organization. I guess it was the NSA or whatever they are, something like that, and he would get shit jobs, and he was just way too almost like legendary, way too good for these nothing crappy jobs they would give him, but he wants to get back out in the field and stuff, and just kind of a fun show. Someone remembers Adderley out there? Tell me. Someone out there remembers Adderley. They used to show it on CBS late night, but it was a Canadian show, but it was CBS late night, so
86, 87. Wow, don't remember it. Wow.
Then George Takei guest starred in an episode as a bad guy. I remember that.
Wow.
Strangely enough, but
it was broadcast the first season 11:30 p.m. on the CBS late night. Wow, good.
And you watch those old shows now, and there's just something fun and some fun, simple charm to them, But it was kind of a fun, goofy show, just because you knew like he was actually really good at this stuff, but he would be given crap jobs. Because they figured he couldn't. You're a liability if you're out in the field with only one hand, and stuff. But he's kind of a fun character. Anyway, I like that show. I thought it was pretty good. I've been watching a few of those.
Try to find it. Yeah, it's on some of them are on YouTube. It looks like
looks like it's YouTube. All on YouTube. They put stuff on YouTube.
I never understood how that works for some shows and not for others, but I guess it's so
something nobody cares about.
Copyright. Yeah, no one cares about it, right? Yeah.
Did you ever see a show called Now and Again?
I'm trying to remember that one. Now and Again. What was that one about?
It was 19. Let me see what year it was. What year was that? 19, was it 99?
Yeah, it was 1999.
Okay, 1999. Have I told you about that show?
I think you may. Was that the person who every time that like he gets put, his brain gets transferred or something, or what was that?
It was made by the guy who made Moonlighting, and John Goodman is in the pilot, and he dies, and the government organization takes his body and takes his brain out of his body and puts it in this one that they've been growing with, this super soldier body, and so he's an insurance salesman, regular guy, has a family and a wife way too good looking for John Goodman. Just kidding.
Yeah,
wife and daughter. With Margaret Collin, yummy. And anyway, it was a quirky, weird, fun show. Really, really good. I like the guy that plays him once he gets the transfer. Like, he's the guy that was on the Magnificent Seven TV series. But anyway, it was really good. And Dennis Haysbert was in there. He was great.
Yeah, he's in there. Yep.
And again, this show was quirky. It was different. It was offbeat. It was about his family almost as much as him. And the last episode has one of those cliffhangers where you're going, oh my God. And we'll never know what happened.
You never know. You'll never know. Yep.
That Fan Outsider.
I think I remember that show. I think maybe I watched a couple of episodes. I remember when it was advertised, because it was kind of like a cool spy kind of show. But
definitely very different in the types of stories.
Interesting, yeah.
And then, of course, boom, we'll never know what happened.
And sometimes
It's
you can
on
ask the
YouTube, by the way.
Sometimes they'll tell the writers.
I like to find the writer, Glenn Gordon.
Yes, tell what would have happened. Yep.
I have an idea for what could have happened, dude. I want to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
What I think should have happened. No, it's like, damn you, dude. It's bad enough when the show gets canceled. Sometimes they got canceled on a cliffhanger. See, if it was a show canceled in mid-season, like unfortunately, like Firefly was, that's bad enough. When it's canceled at the end, when they don't get renewed, but they had a cliffhanger, Jesus.
Yeah.
I was
gonna say this kind of plot line kind of reminds me of RoboCop, but I thought the best part of RoboCop when he actually starts to remember, and the second RoboCop, was really good in terms of you could tell, the bits and pieces of the original script that made it in.
I like the second one.
The second one, but that whole, they kind of got away from that arc a little bit, but realizing who he is and meeting his family, and then does he reveal himself to his family? So I'm sure this show probably touched on some of those same issues.
Yeah, well, he really wanted to tell him about it, and then the family really in it a lot. That's right. Last episode, his wife and daughter on the run from the government. The villain, the Eggman who put toxic eggs into the prison was. It was crazy, but it was very off the wall type of a show, and very, very interesting, and I liked it a lot. And of course, which means someone found out that I liked it,
and they canceled it,
and it was dead meat. Again, the worst instances of shows being canceled too early that really hit me the most. Obviously, Isaac Asimov's Probe being the biggest, but after that, Firefly. But even before that one tore me to pieces to lose Firefly. The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., which I loved. Losing that show killed me.
Did that last? How many seasons did that last?
One whole damn.
Oh, just one season.
And I just at the end of the last episode, what they Briscoe and Bowler were riding off. It says, "Well, we'll be back after a brief hiatus." They thought they might have a chance to come back. They actually ended with lines like that.
We gotta love Bruce Campbell, right? Yep. Well, it's a Fox show, right? So,
Admin, I will get that updated. I promise. What's that now?
No, it's a Fox show, of course. So they canceled it, right? Just like Firefly.
And that was way before Firefly. But yes, they canceled it, and it was on right at the same time. I agree. Doug Oberg, Thundar did get screwed over.
And then one of my favorite all-time characters is the Tick, Spoon. So of course Fox canceled that show.
That lasted a while, but yeah.
The live action show was God, I love it. Watch the live action show if you haven't seen it. I mean, the episode where it's Maid, what's American Maid or
American Maid.
Yeah, I think they changed her character, the name on the show for some reason. They changed it's instead of Deflator Mouse, it's they're changing. But she's having sex with Batman. He's fantastic. He's Nestor Carbonell. He's fantastic in that role. But she's having sex with like the Superman of the universe, and he dies in bed with her. And like the whole episode, it's like a weekend at Bernie's. They're trying to figure out what to do. It's just some crazy episodes. But the Tick. I think the Tick. It only lasted. They only broadcast 9 episodes, and then you could buy. I of course bought the DVD set, but I don't know if you watched it, the live action.
No, I love the cartoon. I never watched it.
You got to watch the live action. You got to watch. That's your homework assignment.
I gotta.
You got
You know what happens?
It's short. There's only. Yeah.
You know what happens when people try to get me to watch stuff?
You won't do it. No, it's a horrible show. I don't recommend it. You probably won't like it.
Too late. Too late, Luther. Too late.
Too late. And the 2016 series was okay. It was pretty good too. But I just such a huge fan of the Patrick Warburton as the Tick was just he was so good. God, it was hysterical. It was. Say how many episodes? Yeah, nine. We got 9 episodes. We got 9. How could you give us just 9 episodes? It was
I never
so
saw
good.
Fish Police. Look, I only got 7 of Probe. So, dude,
suck it. Yeah,
7. The only thing that beats. Again, I'm going to name a show. I'm challenging whoever is left in the chat and you. I'm about to name a show now. I'm going to guess. Be honest, my friends. None of you have ever heard of. we're gonna play a game, folks. We'll get out of here in a minute. We're gonna play. I'm gonna name a show, and I bet none of you have ever heard of it. Are you ready to play this game, folks? I'm challenging you now. All right, who's ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? All right, and it only lasted. This show lasted 6 episodes, dude. 6, not even 7, like 6. And it was pretty damn good. Who's ready? All right. This is a show called QED. Q period E period D period. QED. Okay, who's heard of QED? No Googling. I'm gonna trust you. 6 episodes. QED, folks. Who's seen QED?
No idea. I'm stumped.
See if anybody else gets it. I'm trusting you
Not
guys.
going to win a no prize.
Wow, Phantom Outsider. That's crazy, man. I can't believe you don't know it. But you have a good reason. It's a good reason. Nope. Let's see how many answers we get. I'll trust anyone who says they remember it. Nada. You got me. All right. I have. Oh, we have one. At least Muslim Uncle. You're really old like me. Okay. The year. Okay. Nope. For deal. Okay. Oh, haven't seen it, but you've heard of it. Okay. All right. Never seen it. Heard of it. Fair enough. This show starred Sam Waterston. It was at the turn of the century, 19th century. He played a scientist who was fighting. His recurring villain was played by Julian Glover. Know that name? You got to know that name. Look it up now. Now you can look it up. QED, the TV show from the. Let me find I can't even remember the year. I have them somewhere. They showed them. It was a CBS show that only lasted 6 episodes, I think, and then later they reran them on Showtime, and we watched them and recorded them, and it was pretty fun. QED. I bet it's so obscure you can't even Google it.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
But it is obscure. It's very obscure. Got 6 episodes, yeah.
Look at that. Queer Resources Dictionary from Sherry. No, it's an E, dear. It's an E. Okay. March. 1982. Okay. Sam Waterston. You got a screen share on it or no?
I can screen share it. Yep. Here, let me pull it over to my other screen.
This was a fun show.
Let me just get my screen ready. Hold on. Yep.
It actually Googled?
Yeah, it actually Wikipedia is not always accurate, but it's got a lot of stuff on there. So
I thought Claude and I were the only people who remember that show.
I've never heard of this. So.
Remember Sam Waterston?
Sam Waterston, great actor. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. QED. What did you?
Here we go. Yep.
Oh, let's see here.
I'm clicking share. Let's see.
Set Edwardian England. Edwardian England, starring Sam Waterston as Professor Quentin Everett Deverell. Professor was a scientific detective in the mold of Sherlock Holmes, and the series had a smattering of what would later be called steampunk. In the show, the lead character was known primarily by his initials QED. The reference is a Q. Yeah, blah 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 blah. We know what that means.
My Chrome might have just crashed. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Okay, that's cool. I hear you.
I might be dumped for a second. Let's see. I got the wheel of the spinning wheel. I think it says not responding. See, that QED was so obscure.
So obscure, yeah.
So you might lose me for a second. I'll pop back in. Let's see what what happens. Yep. So we have always technical difficulties, right? Yep. Let me close Chrome and come back in. Yep.
Well, it was Quentin QED. Usually stands for Quadrant Demonstratum or whatever. What the hell? I can't read. Signaling the end of the proof. However, characters would sometimes state the initials and represent quite easily done, as we've gone. The series was broadcast during March and April 1982. Still there, Mark? Yes. He played General Veers. Yo, now you're in here twice. You hear me? Yep. You hear me? Now, look, I have you on here twice, dude.
Oh, that's weird. Now there's 3. There's 2 of them.
Oh my God, there's 2 marks in
cloned.
there. What in the hell? You there? You there?
Let me go back out and go back
No,
in.
you're fine now. You're fine. You hear me? I guess you couldn't hear me. Bloody hell. I don't know what's happening to him. There were two of the bloke. There was two of the blugger. There he is now. Let's see if he can hear me this time. What about now, bub? Yo, you hear me? What happened to you, sir? Yep. The two marks. It's like a Time Lord who's meeting his other self.
You got some audio problems now too. Gee.
You don't hear me? Let's see. I'll write them in the chat then. Let's see here. Apparently can't hear me. Weird, wild stuff, folks. I don't understand. I don't get it. I hear you, dude. Everyone can hear him, right? I can hear him. Oh my God. Brigadier, I think our past is catching up with us. Or maybe it's our future. Oh dear, oh dear. We could be playing the game of Rassilon at this very moment. Your tone doesn't inspire much confidence, Doctor. I gather we are not expected to win. I'm quoting the 5 doctors and I'm doing all kind of stuff, and it's still not helping. Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. You can't hear him? I can't hear him now, but I could hear him for a minute there, Phantom. Blue DL.
Oh, you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, how about now?
Weird, guys. Sorry.
How about now? You hear me?
Something going on with my headset here. Let me see if I can fix it.
Could you hear him there?
Audio problems.
He's talking. Did you guys hear that? Because he can't hear me, apparently. That's freaking weird. Are y'all hearing me, Haster? Well, dude, that is just freaking crazy.
Here we go. Now I'm back.
What about now?
Now I can hear it.
You hear me?
Yeah.
There were 2 of you for a while there.
Yeah, there were 2 of me. Like a cloned.
Oh dear.
2 in 1, right? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Darth. So we're having a strange anomaly, but I reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Something happened.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yes. God, it's another glitch in the Matrix, I was going to say. Yep.
For once, I was able to steer the TARDIS, and here I am. Oh, dear.
Yeah, this happened to me the last couple of times I tried to share something in StreamYards, but I think I'd clicked the audio, share the audio. So it's who knows who that.
Thanks, Darth. I appreciate that, Darth. Well, hearing that there are 2 marks woke me up. Yes, he's duplicated himself in the time stream. Oh my God, I don't know where you're from. Are you from my past or from my future? I can't do a good Tom Baker. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh dear. Top marks for anyone who can name the actor who replaced the late William Hartnell in the 5 Doctors. That would be Richard Herndal.
He did a great job. Yep. I would never remember the name, but he was great in that. Yep.
He also was in an episode of Blake 7 called Assassin. Yep. Richard Hundle. The thing about him is you didn't want anyone else playing the Doctor, first Doctor, but you wanted to have him in there. I love the 5 Doctors, but even those patched up scenes where they stuck Tom Baker in from Shada is better than nothing.
Yeah.
The 5 Doctors is one of the dumbest stories and most wonderful, entertaining stories I've ever seen in my life. Multiple things can be true at the same time. They're both crazy, but but forget the hell, because it has some dumb things that don't make sense, but it's so wonderful. You just don't care. You love the Doctor so much.
Yeah. Can
you imagine if Tom Baker had been in that story?
Right.
That would have been totally different if Tom Baker had been in that story. And it might have overpowered it.
But just seeing those characters together, it was just great to see. So sometimes you overlook, a story with the nostalgia effect just to see the characters together. When you see, when the Doctors from different eras meet.
Right.
I've done it a few times. So, but it's just something, really, really special. Just you just love to see that. So
James says Dolly's braces were coming for Mark.
I escaped. Yep.
Yes, Dolly's braces have escaped into the time vortex. God,
So Darth, what I did, I just went old school. I hooked up my. I always I have a Bluetooth headset, but you can also go with the old fashioned line cord. So I hooked up the old fashioned line, so the gremlins couldn't get through. Couldn't get through there.
Nevertheless, it made me nostalgic for real Doctor Who. Muslim Uncle says, "I'm such a nerd for that movie. I've said that line too many times. Also, they mostly come out at night. Mostly. What is that from? They mostly come out at night.
Mostly come out. Most. Oh God, I heard that. That's. Oh God, that's. Oh God, that's a kid that says. Yeah, it's. Oh, aliens.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, from Aliens.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Wow, you got me.
No. Yeah, I knew it was the kid. Yeah, I knew. Yep. And don't get me started on the third movie too, where
I hate the third movie.
Oh God, where they kill Newt.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you can't kill Newt.
So bad.
Oh,
Once you put her in charge.
Yeah, and same thing with like the new Terminator movie. I never even watched that. It's like I watched the first 5 minutes when they kill.
Look at that, dude! Carrie Fisher's birthday today.
Oh, the great Carrie Fisher.
Wow. Right.
God bless her. Yep. She was fantastic. I mean, talk about a kick-ass princess, right?
Oh yeah, love her.
I didn't realize it back when I was watching it then in '77, right? That it was all about diversity and not writing good characters. So when she takes charge there, who planned this rescue? Yeah.
Yep. Well, you got to hear. You have a plan for coming out? Yeah. This is some rescue. I love her. Well, we love her. And Doctor Who newbie. Well, Captain James T. Skywalker. There's plenty of wonderful old Doctor Who there.
Yep.
Indeed, Hasser. I really do miss her. I love Carrie Fisher. She's just wonderful. But no, there were no strong women in movies or television until 2016, right?
So it took Captain Marvel till that
2015.
happened.
No, Ray was the first one. Yes, Aliens. I don't know what came over me. Your Muslim Uncle that I would draw a blank on that one. I love the movie. You know, oh man, I tell you what. When I took my my wife to see that, she had our first child inside of her. And when one of the scenes with the aliens jumped out,
not so good.
Yes, I mean, but we did. I don't think it was. I don't know. When one of the aliens jumped out, dude, something kicked. Hit the shit out of her.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine, right? Yeah. So it's yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, buddy. She still remembers that too. It's like, whoa.
That was a kick for the ages. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, I mean, the first Alien movie, God, I mean, that scene was so iconic with the alien coming out, and I was pretty young then, so I couldn't watch it in the movie. Rated R, you're not going to see it. But a couple of friends were able to see it, or their parents, would take them. And oh God, that scene was so scary, so gory, and it still works today too. I mean, just the horror of what's happening. That you don't even need CGI for that. To have totally realistic effect. I mean, the effects are great, but practical. Yeah. It's like it was just terrified the hell out of you when you finally saw it.
Yeah,
that's attention.
That's God, so good. By the way, I have a friend of mine who hates that movie, but most people I know love it. Stuart Mitchell, that is true. Sylvester McCoy is the only Doctor who regenerated into himself, because Colin Baker was not there. He had to wear a wig to regenerate. He played the 6th and the 7th Doctor in that little scene where he regenerated.
Oh, he played. He was, and they just did some camera work or whatever.
And put a stupid wig on him, and he was so much smaller than Colin Baker. It's pretty funny.
And then you found out the next series you saw, you got the new actor, right? Yeah.
Well, no, it did actually happen it didn't happen in his last episode. It happened in McCoy's first. So you never see him regenerate from 6. The 6th Doctor. Well, I'll tell you what, friends. I guess we're about to wrap it up here. If you're ready.
Yep, sure. Yep. Dadman wants you to play Fortnite. Yeah.
Right now?
Sure. Yeah.
I can't. You know, get that stupid update. It'll
Yeah,
never.
you got to do the update. Yeah, or maybe another.
I mean, I
start
haven't
the
done it in
updates.
months.
Start the update now. We'll play next week. Yeah.
Yeah, it might take that long. You besides, you got to get. Aren't you going to sleep or?
Well, I always play one game with Dad, man. Otherwise, it's not a night, right?
In's here. Well, if the update
Hell,
will work, I'll be glad to hang.
Okay.
But let's see here, everyone. By the way, before we go, a couple show notes. Dolly had braces. we love you, Dolly. With the braces, of course. Okay, so tomorrow night, I don't think we're gonna have Clobby's Clubhouse because I think Raquel is she's got too much going on, and Mark's also going to be on the road. But the Global Geek Gang shall gather 1 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, and we'll do stuff and hang out and do things, and hopefully have fun. And
yes, you will. Yep.
And of course, Saturday night Star Trek. Will be Saturday night, as always.
Saturday night,
9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 4 more episodes. So
Saturday night's the night for Trek.
Saturday, and it was also, remember that song, Saturday Night's All Right for a Fight.
Yep, it's all right for Trek.
And of course, again, my Clobby's Comics Corner new video is out. And tomorrow, my follow-up video, the Quick Bits video, following up will be out tomorrow as well. And other than that, hey, gang, just thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you hanging out with us. There was, of course, the wonderful Sherry was here tonight. Love you, Sherry. Thank you for being here. It's Courtney. Definitely appreciate the later ladies who showed up. I can't remember everyone because this chat only goes back so far. The great Fandom Outsider was here. Captain Deckard Spock, buddy. Thank you so much. Your Muslim uncle, always a pleasure, my friend. Stuart Mitchell, always a pleasure to see you as well. Dad, man, buddy, appreciate you, man. Captain James C. Skywalker, thank you. Darth Haster, thanks, buddy. I hope you feel better, man.
Yep, feel better, Darth. Yep.
Yeah, please feel better, sir. Oliver Belmonte, always great to see you. Going down the list here. Matthew Pounder, thank you for being here with us. D-Bud Martin was here earlier. D-Bud, brother, miss you, man. Take care. D. Oberg, Doug, thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Let's see if I got almost everybody so far.
You mentioned Eric, the great Eric K.
The great, well, now, thanks, man. The great Eric K was here. Eric K, brother, miss you, man. Hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling better, brother. Zip, making sure we got everybody. Always a pleasure. Okay. The toughest name to pronounce.
Oh, sorry. And Phantom, right? You said Phantom Outsider. Right?
Oh, Phantom Outsider, definitely. Absolutely.
Yep.
And Matthew Pounder, I think I said him as well. But, you know, my memory doesn't take long to mess me up there.
Same with mine. Yep. So, yep.
hey, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a blast. You all are fantastic. I like just not only just hanging out with, of course, the great Mark D with the C. And by the way, you put your link in, and you put your link in if you want. Please go. If you've not subscribed to the great Mark D with the C channel, please do so. And the channel of many of all these wonderful people that are in my description below. And thank you all so much. Hey, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Global Geek Gang Show gather.
Oh, and 6. Yep.
Oh, that's right. The lovely Six was here earlier. Thank you. Love you, Six. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If we missed any of you, just remember I'm senile. I mean, I love you. I just forget names.
Yep.
And big thanks to you, Mark D, for hanging out with me, bro. It's always a pleasure.
Great to be here. Yep. A lot of fun, a lot of Wesley talk that we're getting in the chat right now. So appreciating that. Yeah. Better yet, why wasn't in Picard? Yep. Oh God. See, now we can go another 8 hours to talk about Wesley. No, just kidding.
Enjoy. I'll take.
Was Wesley a replicant?
Let's do it. Yeah. I'll leave it in your hands. Well, everyone, thank you so much. I will never, ever even come close to touching the great Captain Deckard Spock's record, nor would I want to threaten such a great, amazing record for streaming. You the man, sir. And Captain Deckard, if you're still there, bro, I will send out an invite to you on the Twitch tomorrow when we go on for the Global Geek Gang. Even with my memory gets screwed up, but hopefully I will remember writing it down right now, in fact. And And if you can make it, fine. Don't feel obligated to if you're busy, buddy, because no one is. It's no pressure. But if you were able to hang with us for a bit or just stop in and visit, we would love to see you. So, everyone, Matthew Pounder, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Sherry, it is always lovely to see you again and to see you hanging out with us. All right, everyone. Let me
night, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow. And always big shout out to the great Stone Loki for my intro outro.